Sound Production. Sound Production. Sound Production.
Good evening, gentlemen. Here's your boy Sirius, and I'm here to give you a pretty interesting stream today. The Grey Ghost is running a little late, so he will pop up sometime on the stream. But until then, I want to get into the specifics of everything that we said so far is pretty much correct. And I do have a few examples that are very solid. Very solid. Okay? Especially with the most recent situation when it comes to the one of the biggest grifters of all, Derek Jackson. I want to talk about Derek Jackson because the title of this video of Women Love Beautiful Lies, that's literally what it is. If you want to make a woman angry, you tell her the truth. She hates the truth. She wants you to fuel her head with delusions. Make her feel like the only girl in the world that deserves the biggest crown that you can possibly find, and everybody is worshiping her existence because she is just bigger than God. Yeah, that's what the average woman, thinks these days. That's how they perceive themselves in this narcissistic culture. And I got proof. I got proof. But before we begin, let me shout you guys out. Let me go back up for a little bit. Hey, Bam, Kono, the Kraken, what's going on, man? Richard R was good. What's going on, Lego? The Circle Y, he says, thank you for the stream, brother, and all that you do for us. Hey, I'm doing it because I'm passionate for this. Many men need to know about this type of behavior, this type of philosophy as much as possible. We need to spread this far and wide because men need to stop being gullible and realize what they're getting themselves into in this gynocentric system. So it's definitely, it's whatever to me, man. It's whatever to me. I'm gonna keep doing it because I care about you guys. And he spammed the fuck out of my Cash App. Thank you. Well, if you want to support your boy Sirius, the link is on top of the chat or in the chat. Cash App /Sirius. Any donations appreciated if you feel that my channel is good enough for your investment. Thank you very much. Sergeant Grinch was good. Cuban Speed, you're always in like every single one of my videos. Like you are always in attendance. I respect that. Griffith was good. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Sotunar was good. How do you say that word? Slayente? Is that what? Is that Spanish? French? Let me know. Hey, what's going on? V Citrus was good. All right. Sons of Patriarchy. What is going on, man? JR says, hate to say it, but these women will receive their karma. Yeah, they will always receive their karma. Always receive their karma. Like for the men that receive their karma that are lazy, not ambitious, refuse to find their purpose, decides to just waste their time away, which is the most important asset a man has is time, his karma will come in the future because he produced nothing of value. So unless that man gets extremely lucky of wasting 20, 30, 40 years of just being lazy playing video games all day, thinking that he doesn't have to improve his life, thinking that he doesn't have to be the best version of himself, he will pay for it in his old age because he has nothing to show of what he did in his life. So that's very similar to women that believe that they can just go fuck off, do whatever they want, become a Jezebel, be irresponsible with almost every decision and have horrible behavior and expect a Prince Charming to be waiting at the end of the fucking rainbow. That's not how life works. Unless she gets extremely lucky, her karma is she's going to be alone. She have a few cats, but she'll be alone. So, because I'm not saying, oh, you know, women are going to have karma as a women. Yes, men can have karma as well for not doing what they are supposed to do. Right? I have no sympathy for those type of men that I just described. You know, you guys already know that we go harder on the men than the women. You already know we always keep other men accountable. So let's go ahead and let's begin this, shall we? And I agree with what Lionel MGTOW said. Bad choices, bad outcomes. That's just simple. And that goes for men and women. What you decide to do in the beginning will show in the end. So that's pretty much the whole concept, you know, of holding people accountable. But that's why a lot of channels are going after the women, because there's no accountability in 2022. So, but I want to talk about something about You know, women, they don't want to hear the truth, and you guys see it on the daily basis in your personal lives, on the radio, on TV, on social media. They hate hearing the truth. Once they have a little ounce of reflection of, hey, little missy, you're fucking up right now. You're fucking up with your life. You are having horrible life decisions right now. They just spaz the fuck out. They spaz out. They just pointing fingers at everyone, everything, every place, except for blaming the person that they look at in the mirror every day. And that's the average woman. That's literally the average woman. And they spaz out because for the last 70 years, I'll say 75. It's very difficult for men and other women, right? Because other women, they're going to protect the sisterhood, but mainly men, they can't point out when women are fucking up. The fathers can't point out when the wife ain't doing her duty, ain't doing what she's supposed to do. The father can't call out his own daughter for having uh, 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 Thadiana activities, going out and focusing on boys, trying to bust it wide open instead of focusing on having maternal skills, focusing on having some type of discipline, good behavior, school, whatever it is. Instead of focusing on becoming a dignified woman with piety, she's out here being a 304. And the father, if he does say anything about it, there can be major consequences. So for the last 70 years, modern women, they don't understand accountability. It's weird to them when they're held accountable. And that's why they spaz the fuck out. But to prove my point, there is a few scenarios that I want to tell you about women want to hear beautiful lies and not the bitter truth. So you guys know who where's he at? Let me bring him up right quick. Let me bring him up. This guy right here. Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson. The guy that loves to throw men, but more specifically black men, under the bus. He is the biggest grifter that I've known so far in my life. And he can get away with it because he has a typical look of a Tyrone, of a Pookie, of a Ray Ray. And for years, he's been putting down men. He's been throwing men under the bus just so that he can have the wallets of women, just so that he can have his female fan base just woo over him. Like, oh, he's perfect. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's the best. This is how a black man should be. Oh my God, he's the best. When countless men for years called Derek Jackson out on his bullshit. So the fact that he already got caught once cheating on his wife. Yeah, I forgot to mention he's married. Not only he got caught cheating on his wife, he got caught cheating twice. 2 times. 2 times. And we called it. That's why it's hilarious to us. We kept telling these females, yo, this dude ain't what he's presenting himself to be. He's the typical Tyrone. He's the typical Pookie and Ray Ray. Why you believe in this dude? Just because he's built like a Pookie and Ray Ray Tyrone. They believe that this portrayal of Derek Jackson is out there for them. The sweet nothings that Derek Jackson loves to spew out of his mouth for the last few years, this is what women hope to have. A nice Pookie and Ray Ray, Tyrone, Chad. That will be mean to the world, but very nice to his own girl. That's their dream. That's that Prince Charming mentality. Ooh. And that's the only reason why Derek Jackson became so successful in the first place. But recently, he got caught cheating again on his wife. Yes, he snuck out on his own marriage and was looking for other women, sleeping with other women on multiple occasions. If and this is what I'm saying, gentlemen. This is where the contradiction comes in. These are usually the men that women go after, the dogs, the perverts, the ones that just don't have no respect for his wife because he's out there sleeping with other chicks. That is so unacceptable. Oh, he is a sorry excuse for a fucking man. I don't even know why he doesn't have a platform. Blah, blah, blah. But here's what happened. Today, it's been found that Derek Jackson, he is holding or held a dating seminar and is sold out within hours. Within hours, it's sold out. So the very same man that all these women claim that is no good piece of shit, how dare he go out and step on his wife and sleep with all these women? He's a sorry sack of shit. I see no outrage for Derek Jackson. No outrage. None. None. Just because he's built like a Pookie and Ray Ray. Just because he's built like a Tyrone, whispering sweet nothings to these single middle-aged ladies, portraying himself as a Prince Charming. Isn't that a good example of women? They love to hear beautiful lies. Put one in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying. Isn't this a good example? It's so fucked up. I'm like, hold up. You guys are the ones that trash these type of men that cheat on their wives, call them dogs, perverts, lower than trash. They should be fucking tarred and feathered and get everything taken away from him. He's no man. So why is he sold out? His recent dating seminar, all tickets sold out within hours. Think on that, gentlemen. Hours. And you really think it's mostly men? No. Once again, it's a room full of fucking females knowing that he cheated on his wife twice. Just saying. This is what we've been talking about. And let me go ahead and go on the other side, right? When we talk about beautiful lies, let's go to the bitter truths. You guys remembered Kevin Samuels, right? Do you guys remember how they treated Kevin Samuels? Let's see if I can pull this up right quick. And let's just play it.
High earning men. They tend to get average men.
So,
I mean, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women.
I mean, my body is not average. So,
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
I really just wanted some advice. I love you.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay, average looking women, average looking woman who's older, average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son, average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't.
Bitter truths, gentlemen. Very, very bitter. And what happened when Kevin Samuels did all that shit? Oh, he got crucified. Kevin Samuels, until the day that he died and beyond, even after his death, his name is being cursed among the black women. Women in general, but more specifically black women. His name till this day is getting dragged left and right. Why? Because he told the truth. He told the truth. I agree, Lionel McTowell. They're still celebrating his death right now. Still. Was it like, what, 7 months after his death? 6, 7 months? It's it's mind-boggling right now, and gentlemen. These women are worshiping a Tyrone that completely stepped out of his marriage twice. He's getting divorced, but they still worship him just because he's built like Tyrone. You know how women, they love Tyrone Pookie Ray Ray. They love that. Even though he, according to women as well, is scummy as fuck for cheating on his wife. Because they love them sweet nothings. But as soon as they get reality checked, as soon as they hear what they need to hear, as soon as the mirror is held against their face and held accountable, they spaz the fuck out. They're spewing venom, scorn women left and right, up and down, wishing for your death. Just because he says you are not as good looking as you think you are. You fucked up in your past. Because of your fuck ups in your past, your consequences you're going to have to deal with. The top 10% are now looking your way. Sorry to burst your bubble. They don't want no middle-aged single mother, especially when these children are in their teens. Yeah, you could get lucky, right? Like a 0.0001% chance. But the exception does not make the rule. And for years, until this man died, and then onwards, they were calling for his death. They're wishing for his death. They're calling the man gay. All this other crazy shit. You guys get what I'm saying? But before I get on my second topic on pretty much proving what we've been saying this entire time, Brandon, what the fuck is this? Why are you talking about twerking? What the fuck? Goddamn, you're getting out of control with the shilling. But if you want to support your boy, click on that link. Not for twerking fucking lessons, no. If you want to support your boy, Cash App /Sirius. Any donation is appreciated if you believe that my channel is worth investing. Now, there's a second person I want to get on because, gentlemen, the wall. Everybody know what the wall is. Okay. Yeah, there's a wall for men and women. But right now, we're talking about the wall for women. And the wall isn't, oh, she's all of a sudden ugly as shit. Oh, my God. No. The wall is she slowly starts to deteriorate over time. That's what the wall is. And I have a perfect example. Hopefully you guys know who this person is. Bam. No, I don't want no stupid notifications. Go away. Amber Rose. Amber Rose. The one who got around so much in Hollywood. I'm surprised she made it that far. But when she was, I think this is when she was 26, 27, around there, she was dating Kanye West. Okay, cool. Cool. Even though the wall is pretty much around the corner, but she was able to bag one of the hottest hip hop artists of our generation. Okay, that's cool. Nice catch. But then as time goes by, she believes that the slut walk, yes, the slut walk is a feminist movement. It's a pro women movement. Yeah, she's a big supporter of the slut walk. And she's been with God knows how many people. There's a way bigger list, but I only have 3 people that I will say is noticeable. But I personally will say Kanye West is the best catch that she ever had. Kanye West is the best she can ever do, because as time goes by, you guys will notice it just got worse and worse. So eventually, of course, Kanye West and Amber Rose, they break up. Then she moves on to the next relationship. She goes with another rapper called Wiz Khalifa. Okay, she's still bagging high value dudes, making that money. And you notice that both Kanye West and Wiz Khalifa, they're pretty much Pookie and Ray Rays. So let's put that out the way. So they got money, Pookie and Ray Ray. They're all about the streets. Wiz Khalifa at that time when they were together was one of the hottest rappers out there. Okay. Got a kid from Wiz Khalifa. So I think that's her first son is from Wiz Khalifa. But then eventually they break up. And she moves on to her next relationship. 21 Savage. Do you guys see the pattern? She's getting older now. Around this time, she was 34, 35. I'm pretty much rounding at this point. But 21 Savage, this is like the new age rap. He's one of the hottest rappers at the time. And he's a Pookie and Ray Ray. Do you guys see the pattern? I'm just saying. Then, last but not least, this is her most recent relationship. Like, who is this guy? And right now, she's 39, almost 40 years old. Like, who the fuck is this? I don't know who this is. So you guys notice? She got Kanye West, which is pretty much one of the best rappers of our generation. High value dude, right? He made a shit ton of money, famous. Okay, boom. She got the top 10% guy. Then she went to Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa did not have as much money as Kanye West. Wasn't as big as Kanye West, but he was still pretty popular at that time. And she decided to have a baby with him. Remember, Kanye West, Pookie, a lot of money. Wiz Khalifa, Pookie, a lot of money. Now let's move to 21 Savage. 21 Savage didn't have as much money as Wiz Khalifa nor Kanye West. Yes, 21 Savage, in rich terms, is broker than Wiz Khalifa and Kanye West. But he was still a popular rapper, and he's a Pookie. But now that she's almost 40 years old, she has to resort to this guy. That guy. So how does the wall not exist? How does the wall not exist? Because it's been explained on multiple occasions. The older you get, if you cannot commit to a man, if you cannot keep a man, your quality of men are going to go down. And here's the biggest slap of it all. She couldn't even keep this dude. She couldn't even keep this dude. Let me look it up for you guys. Yo, what's up, all these ads, bro? Okay. No, go away, bitch. Amber Rose recently lost her recent ex-boyfriend to Cher. How old is Cher? How old is Cher? Tell me, chat. Tell me right now, how old is Cher? Amber Rose lost her most recent boyfriend to Cher. How old is Cher? How fucked up do you have to be that you lost your man to a 76-year-old woman? How fucked up is the relationship? I don't know what Amber Rose did. I don't know what she said. How do you lose your man to a 76-year-old woman? See, this kind of this Amber Rose proves the wall is correct, and Cher kind of proves a little bit that she's the exception to the rule. But Amber Rose's journey ever since 2010, like this is like 12 years. 12 years. She was still somewhat attractive when she was dating Kanye West. And then look at her now. Look at her now. It's crazy. I don't know how to think of this, but let's go ahead and add the one, the only Grey Ghost. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, guys.
I kind of figured you were asleep.
Oh God, it is. Yeah, it's just been full steam ahead. So lay down,
good, man.
lay down for 30 minutes. I was like, that's dangerous because you ain't waking back up. Okay, so a freaking Crypt Keeper here pulled a power move.
What power move?
Cher, she's like,
Oh,
bitch, I got
shit.
your man.
Pretty much. Like, how fucked up you have to be to lose? Because majority of men, unless Cher's paying big bucks, they're not going to look at Cher's way. No.
Yeah, like unless he's thinking, she's 1 foot in the grave. Maybe I can try to get some of that good in the will.
Yeah, that has to be it. Because
I mean, like, now will assume and prepare the brain bleach for this, guys, that they are doing the nasty pasty. And he's like, damn, I am really taking one for the team here, because if I get that will, I am set.
But Amber Rose, and once again, I was going through her dating history. Her pride got so hurt that she is trying her best to slander the fuck out of this guy, saying that he's been with 12 different women and all this shit right now.
Yeah, that's not exactly like a point against him, Amber.
It's a you problem. It's a you problem, because if you went from Kanye West to Wiz Khalifa to 21 Savage to this guy, and you still can't keep him, and you lost him to a grandma.
Well,
grandma
and that's the thing.
dead.
No, and that's the thing. It's not even like she went to someone of note. It's Kanye West, Wiz Khalifa, 21 Savage, this guy.
Yeah, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, and you still couldn't keep him. And women in general wants to say that the wall doesn't exist.
Well, it can't exist because they build their lives around the wall not existing. It's like those people who invested everything into the horse and buggy and kept. Actually, no, I think better example. It would be like all those people who sincerely believe that green technology is a good investment, and they put all their fucking money into green tech when it's getting artificially pumped up and hyped, and then when it fails to deliver and inevitably crashes, they're like, nah, just buy the dip, it's coming back.
Oh shit, okay. I'm just saying that when it comes to the wall doesn't matter if she believes in it or not. All right. Time is the worst enemy for women. Time is a man's best friend if he uses it properly. So they want to act like they will look like they're 21 until they get to this position. Because once again, the older she gets, the less options is out there that she wants. So she had to resort to this dude with the blonde hair when she was dating one of the hottest rappers ever.
I'm sorry, I don't care who this dude is now. From now on, he is just this dude.
I don't want to know who he is.
Mr. Dude, first name this. Call me dude. This dude.
I'm just saying, man, chat. If Amber Rose's situation doesn't prove that the wall exists, I don't know what. Come on. It's literally a story of a delusional woman that loves to hear sweet nothings, because that's the point of my channel. I mean, not the channel. That's the point of the stream. Of they love beautiful lies. They love to think that they can still bag the big dude until they realize the big dudes don't want her anymore, and she has to resort to this. And she still can't keep him because a grandma somehow like her pride. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, she cried for a month straight.
Let's be honest, we know exactly how petty women can get. I would not be surprised if Cher just straight up went to this dude and went, I will pay you triple starting right now for you to dump her ass, film a porno with me, and send it to her.
I can definitely see that. Oh, that would be freaking hilarious. Let me see. I need to know something right quick. No, not you, bitch. Give me a second. Can't type today.
Wouldn't this be the reverse Will Smith, where instead of your wife dating your son's friends, it's your boyfriend dating your mother's friends?
Yeah. I agree. And I just found out that according to the internet, right? Because we don't truly know somebody's net worth. Her net worth is $360 million. This makes a lot more sense now.
Sure.
This makes a lot more sense. You're like, you're kind of old, but
A third of a billion? Yeah.
I
mean-
like that you got.
I mean, if you get even 10% of that,
you're set.
yeah.
Like I like that.
Well, I mean, theoretically set. Like a man who was smart with his money would be set, and his children would be set. You hand $36 million over to, you know, the kind of people who run in Hollywood, that shit'll probably last them 2 years, 3 years.
I'm just saying, man, it's pathetic, you know, because she had plenty of times to settle down and chill, but she wanted to do the slut walk. She wanted to do the slut walk and saying that, oh yeah, a woman can sleep with whoever they please. Yeah, look it up, chat. Amber Rose slut walk. She's literally walking with a bunch of naked women, having some weird voodoo paint all over their body, wearing vagina hats and all that shit. It's crazy. And
Keep in mind, prepare the eye bleach and wear appropriate protection if you're going to look up Amber Rose slut walk.
and now look where Amber Rose's life is at now, because she thought that she can do things like this. And once again, this is the exception to the rule, because there isn't too many women out there that have $360 million. So, yeah. And that man is young enough, unless Cher lives forever, that man is young enough to start over if she kicks the bucket.
Let's be honest, unless he's in his... nah, shit, we've seen rich guys get it even when they're 60. He could probably hold out for 20 bloody years and still turn a goddamn profit.
That's it. Him, his children, and his grandchildren will be set if he is smart with his money. I'm telling you, man, he's playing 4D chess right now. I don't know who this guy is, but he made a sound financial choice.
Okay, yeah, so to answer... Okay, wow, sorry, the plot thickens.
What's up?
Did you know Cher's last name off the top of your head?
No.
Sarkeesian.
What the fuck is that?
Have you heard of Anita Sarkeesian?
No.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, we won't dive into it too much, but chat, the gamers amongst you know the name Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh, she's Turkish?
Yeah, but apparently Cher Sarkeesian is... Sherilyn Sarkeesian is 76. 76. She could hold out another 20 years.
Why y'all... What? Chat, what you saying? Why is the chat going wild?
Because they're gamers, Yeet. And Anita Sarkeesian is one of the biggest names in feminist gaming. Like, you say that she's the OG poster child of feminist gaming.
What game is this? What's the title?
No, feminist... like, Anita Sarkeesian was a bitch that basically built her entire career off of calling video games sexist.
You talking about Twitch?
No. This was before Twitch was a whole thought thing. Like, dude, there is a fucking storied history of Anita. Have you heard of Gamergate?
I've heard of it. That I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you look up Anita Sarkeesian and Gamergate, like this is like the freaking late 20 odds era. It's a pre-2010s phenomenon, and the repercussions are still being felt in gaming to this day.
She's the reason why Mortal Kombat has to dress up.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, no, like you can trace like a whole ton of the like you can basically trace feminism in gaming back to Anita Sarkeesian as like the biggest push for feminism in gaming. She was the turning point to make feminism in gaming a mainstream thing.
Okay, I'll definitely do some research on that. But what do you think? I don't know if you were here for this or not. But let me do a brief overview. You know about Derek Jackson, right?
Wait, wasn't I think that like the that lawyer dude, Hammerhand did a brief video that he got shouted out by that one lawyer dude.
Oh yeah, let me show you a picture of him. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up right now. Share. That guy.
Oh yeah.
So he recently got a dating seminar, and it sold out within hours.
Jesus.
Knowing that he cheated on his wife 2 times with a bunch of Instagram models, because for some reason he's all for them Instagram models, right? So I'm like, if he didn't look like Pookie and Ray Ray or Tyrone, you will be crucifying this man to the fucking moon. But just because he got those supreme genetics, there's no outrage. I see no outrage from women. None. And he is selling more shit than ever. They will be calling this man a pervert, a dog, piece of shit. I hope the wife takes everything from what women will be going in if he wasn't if he didn't look like Tyrone. But on the other side, Kevin Samuels kept it real with them, brought them back down to reality, saying that you're average at best. And from that point on, until his death and until this day, they were spewing venom on his name. They're cursing his name. They're hoping he'll die. And when he did die, still today, they're celebrating his death. Only because he says, you're not as pretty as you think. You're not that special.
Wait, so then you know what the best way to ruin Derek Jackson would be then?
What?
Misattribute a bunch of Kevin Samuels quotes to him.
Oh my God. I'm just saying this proves the topic of women love beautiful lies. They love it. They love it. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't.
No, that's the thing. Like, they want this guy's baby. They're like, oh damn, I want me some of that for myself. They want some of that. They want to get knocked up, and then they want to learn, and then they want to use the guys who learned from Derek Jackson's course to fleece their asses for money. Because if one thing we can agree about all the men who signed up for Derek Jackson shit is that they're fucking gullible and have enough money to burn.
I will say 97% of his audience is women. So yeah, the very select few men, they're fucking idiots. But
wait. What? You're telling me that a fucking man's holding a goddamn dating thing and the majority of his audience is women?
Yeah. Because he's pandering to a bunch of single middle-aged baby mamas that don't know how to keep a man, but they're holding out that they're able to meet a man like Derek Jackson that's built like a Tyrone, but he's mean to the world, but so sweet to his girl. They think this man is common.
Yeah, his girl at the moment.
But as soon as they figured out that he cheated on his wife 2 times.
Well, no, but
serious.
No, that's the yeah. They fantasize like, oh no, I don't picture myself being the wife who's getting cheated on. I'm the woman he's cheating on his wife with. That's my fantasy.
It's like, this is why I'm like, it really makes no. I listen to my my father and my grandfather. Like, don't bother trying to listen to women, like, because how you can't make any type of sense of this situation. You can't.
Well, that's the there's no consistency. You can make sense, but it's quite simple. Their words and their actions are inconsistent.
Agreed. I completely agree. And we've been preaching this the entire time, Chad. Just, we ain't pulling this shit out of our ass. You see it all the time. Like, look at this shit. It's out of control.
I say it would actually be harder to try and find evidence to support the opposite.
True. But
Like if I told two men equally skilled in the internet, go find me 50 examples of women being unfaithful whores, and then and then the other guy, go find me 50 examples of women being loyal wives, I guarantee you the one who's trying to find whores would get back to me first.
true. And it's not because it's like just because it's more common. They openly displaying this shit with no shame, nothing. They're like, "Yay, look at me being a whore!" like literally seeing a naked woman running down the street, like, "I just cheated on my husband for the 5th time today." Like, is this bitch serious?
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
That's literally our world today in 2022. It is like, wow. And I have another example. Chris Brown, mega pop star. He was deemed as this generation's Michael Jackson. Not generation before, because whatever. He gave a 3-piece combo to Rihanna. He got scrutiny, but definitely not as bad as he would have if he wasn't a Pookie and Ray Ray superstar, singing R&B, dancing all, woo, look at me. He would have been in jail for years. Not some, let me just do some community service and apology video and I'm still going to be one of the biggest pop stars of all time. This is a very similar situation with the Derek Jackson. He literally, you saw Rihanna's pictures. You saw her pictures. He wasn't holding back.
I think that this life lesson for chat: women will forgive you faster for beating your wife than they will for telling them the truth.
And ain't that the truth? Can you repeat that one more time, Gray?
Women will forgive you sooner for beating your wife than they will for telling them the truth.
Because I heard of this before, but this is speculation, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. It's scientifically proven that bad feelings, how you say, moments that correlates with your bad mood is more remembered than good moments. So when you tell her the truth, right? Like, you need to keep your legs closed. You're too old. This and that. Oh, she's going to flip shit and she's going to scorn you for years to come, if not for the rest of your life. You can do all the nicest things in the world for this woman, but as soon as you say, well, you are getting a little big around the waist, it's over. It's because they remember, gentlemen, women, they primarily base their decisions on emotions. So
yeah,
I will say, what's up?
Well, just armchair theory. I think that would be, well, let's see. Put simply, there's no such thing as good trauma.
Agreed.
Like, you can't be nice to someone and leave a permanent scar on their psyche from niceness. That only comes from negative emotions.
Agreed. And women, they aren't being held accountable as much anymore. But when they are, severe negative emotion, because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to say you're being a fuck up, And
well, normally because it's too late. That's another. It's a big thing with men and women. Like, when men fuck up, like, we'll benefit from being told we're fucking up because we can correct. Right? Like, we have the time to fix our shit and change our lives together. Like, you can be fucking super unhealthy, morbidly obese. You can't stand up without breathing properly in your mid-30s. and you can still turn your life around as a man within 10 years.
True. We can self-reflect.
A woman who is that fucked up by her mid-20s, she's screwed. She's just fucking screwed.
And you're saying that because she knows this, like she just goes into just complete denial, just go have a meltdown.
Yeah, because that's the thing. She doesn't really benefit from self-reflection and correction. Like it's way too late already. Like if a woman has fucked up her life by her mid-20s, it's already on the downward slide. Like, she's completely boned. If you're going to correct a woman's behavior, it has to be like prior to 20. Like you basically have to start correcting her behavior before she's a legal adult.
I agree, because how can she self-reflect if she's not being held accountable? So I agree. It should be done as soon as possible, because if not, she'll she'll be in her late 20s, and you'd be like, uh-oh, your eggs are deteriorating, and then she'd be like, oh shit, how dare you, you motherfucker, and because she knows, like, I can't get these eggs back.
Yeah, like she can't get the eggs back. She can't unfuck those dudes. Like they'll try with that born again virgin stuff, hymen restoration, etc., etc. But I was like, no. Like the time for you to correct was like between puberty and 18. That is the fucking time when a woman can have her behavior adjusted and hope for any sort of salvation. By the time she's 25, if she has not already course corrected, she's boned.
And I tell people all the time, maybe that's why the female quote unquote red pill channels are more popular, because they don't tell the whole truths. They don't tell the entire truth, because if they did, they'll be canceled right along with us, or at least somewhat canceled. If we said the truth, hey, if you don't get your shit together, you're gonna have to get a dog.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like they wouldn't be canceled per se, because that would be sexist. Instead, their fellow women will drag them hard, especially since like these women who run red pill channels, they have to show their face. Like, unless there's some sort of like red pill VTuber out there, but if you've seen the kind of shit that women who hide their faces get, and the amount of fucking vitriol and hate that is sent their way when they are even remotely popular, you can imagine, like, if there was a female Kevin Samuels out there, she would be like completely fucked. Like, every social media thing she has would be just a constant swarm of fucking hate from women.
Yeah, and guys don't. Hey, I want nobody telling me, oh well, those are just pearly things. Oh, there's a Femme Sapien. There's this other channel. No, she's speaking to red pill. No, they're not. And if they are,
no, there was what was her name? The one who actually made that red pill movie. Casey something?
Yeah, back in 2016.
Yeah. Like, that was the closest a woman got to actually going into the real red pill. And it was really just, like, she went in through fucking ignorance. And was like, holy shit, these divorced men actually do have a story to say. And this system does seem unfair. Look at what happened to her.
Oh, yeah, she got canceled, too.
Cassie J. Thank you, Jiraiya. Yeah, Cassie J.
Yeah, she got.
You look at what happened to her. That's what happens when a woman actually starts to speak the red pill truth. You end up like Cassie J, where you're dragged through the ground, or even that. I think it was Nora Vincent was the one who straight up pretended to be a man.
Oh yeah, I think Nora Vincent.
Like that's like, look at where she ended up. She was like, "Fuck this shit." And permanently left.
Yeah, she started to hate women. That's from her own mouth. Like, we don't hate women, we just calling out their bullshit. But she only got a taste of what men go through on a daily basis. And look what happened. Red in peace to her. Like, I ain't respecting her.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like,
Oh,
just
so-
being a man for a couple months was so traumatizing that she was never able to get over it and off herself. Because, like, that's the thing. A woman who's truly red pilled, who truly accepts pulling the veil back and seeing how men are treated, they can't handle it.
No, like they can't. Like, you really think a woman can handle true equality, gentlemen? Let's say right now, tomorrow, men just treat all women with platonic relationships.
No. That's not
No,
it.
what-
Imagine not the men, because it wasn't the men treating her that was the issue. Imagine tomorrow women treat other women the same way they treat men.
Okay, that's a better discussion. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to both men and women's side, they don't have the power of the JJ no more. They're just there. They a man is not gonna get starstruck. Women are not gonna lie to each other. It's just gonna be dog eat dog world of what men have to go through anyway. So they're gonna have to deal with that. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, the Japanese forest will pale in comparison. That's the farthest I can compare. The Japanese forest will pale in comparison if women were truly treated in that manner. It won't end well. It won't. Just imagine a bunch of just do it yourself. Just imagine why are you asking me? Why are you being such a failure? Why are you being such a fuck up? Why I'm not here to call you. Do your goddamn job. Well, if you can't do it, if you're unable to do it, then get out of here. You're useless to me. Produce something of value. What? You tell me I can't exist? Like, what? Get the fuck out, bitch. Just imagine. It won't end well. Chad, you know this. I'm just saying in a general sense. This equality shit is bullshit. And we all know this. It's bullshit.
But I think it's really fascinating with Nora Vincent's case because the abuse did not come from men. Like she was not traumatized by men not treating her as special. It was being on the outside of women's in-group preference.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Because once again, social status, the social thing is very important to women. So once they're unable to have that type of, she is pretty much ostracized from society, pretty much, right? Because, oh, you're a man, get the fuck away from me, type shit. Yeah, I understand. It's something that she definitely could not handle. Gentlemen, I'm just being real, and that's why channels like ours get yeeted. Okay.
Even had some of my coworkers asking about my channel. I'm like, yeah, guys, I talk about the kind of shit that'd make you want to punch me in the face. They thought that I was being a racist, and I'm like, no, it's not that. Ooh, they think we'd be fine. No, you still would want to punch me in the face. I'm pretty sure you guys would want to punch me in the face if you found my channel.
They can't handle the truth.
They can't even imagine the truth.
I agree.
Like, that's how far out of the scope this stuff is. They can't even imagine this being a topic that someone would talk about.
Just being held accountable in itself is fucking terrifying. How dare you reaction. So, let alone truly being treated equal, yeah, that would be unfathomable to women and society in general. What? How dare you tell a woman to go to the gym because she can't open up a jar? It's never going to happen. But being held accountable, I say, is going to increase in the near future. Let's just say that.
Well, that's the thing. Men will have no choice because so much of interactions with women, they're a luxury good, and men's budget for luxury goods is declining rapidly as everything else gets more expensive.
Yep. and as everything gets more expensive, and as society gets more fucked up, it's we're not gonna do anything. Like we're not gonna do anything. Don't get me wrong, because guess what? I'm gonna be doing a Yeetus News tomorrow, and the shit that has been uncovered by Elon Musk today and yesterday. Oh my god! I will let you guys know, but at the moment, just gonna let it collapse because it's far beyond saving. It's like trying to stop a bleeding of 4 limbs. I mean, that person's gonna bleed to death. You know.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even put it that way. I think one of Chronic's posts put it best. Like, America is a maggot-filled corpse. The Democrats are rooting for the maggots. The Republicans are rooting for the corpse.
That's a good one. That's a good analogy. I'm gonna have to steal it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll give Underchronic props. But
Well, leave it to the zombie to have a corpse metaphor.
yeah, the United States is pretty much, or the West is pretty much a zombie corpse. It's pretty much running on nothingness. Like it's just being.
Yeah, it's like you scanned someone for tumors and the feed, and it just came back yes. Like, how many are there? Yes. But where are they located? Yes. Is there any way to? No.
Ma'am, can you answer the? Did you just misgender me? Like, oh, like what? Oh, we are. Society's going to shit. It is going to shit. But once again, it ain't really my problem, right? Because like, why would I give a fuck about a place that wish that I'm dead? Or
Well,
worse,
no.
wants me to
You
go to
care.
war and die.
That's the thing. Like, you care in as much as, like, if they were to suddenly turn around and basically have the feminist American empire, then you'd give a shit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But
Like it would be fucking terrifying if the plot twist of the 2020s was that somehow communism and feminism actually work and are profitable and stable.
that would have to.
I know, but like that's the thing. Like, with all the insanity, that still seems the most far fetched. But let's be honest, I ain't ruling anything fucking out. We've seen crazy shit every goddamn day.
I can only see mind control. That's the only way that can work. Is the communist shit, mind control. You know what Elon Musk is working on. So yeah,
Maybe that's they find it's like holy shit. Like they were right about 5G mind control this entire time.
Oh, but before we get to the next topic, because this is going to be a good one. If you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, link on top of the chat. Cash App / Sir Yeetus. Any type of donation is appreciated if you feel that my content is good enough. Grey Ghost, don't you love the delusion on social media is endless, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
What's up?
yeah, just like an endless bounty of delusion. Like if just when you think you found a delusion, that is like, yep, this is peak delusion. Within 3 days, you're gonna find something crazier.
Like I would bring up an example, but there's too many examples out there. I'm sure you guys will get it, gentlemen, but I will explain. The amount of delusion is still jaw-dropping to this day is when this woman that's obviously a 3 or 2 at best saying that she's a 10. And then you got a bunch of random females like, oh yeah, girl, yeah, oh slay, oh yeah, you a bad bitch, oh my god. And then we got the Simps like, oh yeah, oh damn, yeah, I'll hit that, oh my god. And then I'm looking like, what the fuck? Bro, she's a golem. What are you talking about? How dare you, you goddamn motherfucking misogynist prick go eat some fucking doo-doo fart. Like, I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked.
Well, you see, the delusion with those men, especially if they're the ones that get them, is like they need the women that they are supporting to be considered valuable for their own social status. Because it's their own delusion. Because it's like, look, dude, you have to accept that you are so much of a fuck up, you married a bloody troll.
Do you know what I think it is? And I think Bill Burr touched on this on a comedy special. Women do this to other women because they don't see her as a threat anymore. In a sense, when it comes to competition. So when it's 2 and 3, he's like, "Ooh, look at me! Look at my 400-pound rolls." You know, the women are like, "Oh yeah, you look great," even though they all know that like she looks like what the fuck.
Well, but that's the thing. I would say that is ensuring that she does not become competition, because like if a man calls a woman fat, he's a misogynist. If a woman calls a woman fat, she might actually go on a diet, and then she might actually rise up to a level of a 6 or something.
And that's what they don't want. At least the narcissistic women, which is most of them.
You'll be hard pressed to find a woman who is not a narcissist on some level.
That is true, but gentlemen, it took me a number of years to realize the level a woman will go to make sure that she is number one. You'll be shocked. I'm sure a lot of you gentlemen know, but the gentlemen that don't know, you'll be shocked how low women will go, how low women will viciously just destroy each other just so that she can be queen bee.
Hey, honestly, with the stuff I've heard, they've done... when they will bully a girl into pretending that they are her friends so that they can make her drink a blue slushie full of drain cleaner for fun. Like, when we're dealing with people like that, what beyond that can really shock you that they do when there's something actually tangibly a threat to them?
There's this one case where these teenage girls actually were jealous of this one girl, and they pretty much kidnapped her, tied her up, and tortured her for a couple hours, just out of spite, competition. Like, bitch, I'm number one, and literally tortured her.
Yeah, like that's the thing. When you get accustomed to these kinds of stories, it's like, what this woman did will shock you. It was like, really? Like for a woman to be shocking these days, she has to actually be a good person.
I 110% agree. I 110% agree. And to make things even crazier, right? How women go around and destroying each other. They will literally see. And I know I'm gonna name off these examples, and you guys let me know if you heard about it or not. You know how let's say that two best friends, two females, whatever, they're best friends, and then they found out that their father, oh damn, that's your dad. Oh my god damn, ooh, sleeps with the dad. Or sleeps with the brother, or just want to smash your family behind the girl's back. That's one crazy shit. Two, and we talked about this before, this happens a lot in single mother households, which is why we say single mothers are an automatic red flag. When a mom brings the boyfriend around, eventually when the daughter is old enough, the mother herself will see her own daughter as competition, which is fucking weird, but it happens. It happens. to the point they're straight up fucking throwing hands, and the mother instigates it because she assumes that the daughter wants the boyfriend or the boyfriend wants the daughter, but she don't like that. She's supposed to be queen bee. I'm telling you, gentlemen, there's a lot of lines that women will not cross to make sure that she is that bitch, right? That they like to call themselves bitches. But what do you have to say about that so far, Gray?
And that's the thing. The most powerful woman in the family unit has to be with the more powerful man, because the boyfriend entering into the relationship inherently has more power than any of the women in the relationship. Like, it could be a teenage boy entering into the relationship with the daughter. Mommy's going to look at that as like, ooh, my daughter's got a man. Now she outranks me. So she either needs to get an even more powerful man than the teenage boy,
or potentially sabotage the relationship. I've seen that before.
Oh, that's the other thing, is like, but the other thing is, like, mothers, they need their children to look after them, especially single mothers, because they're terrible with money and they're going to be on fucking Social Security down the line. And it's like, is my daughter going to be able to support me with her degree in gender studies? No, not. So the only way that I'm going to get any sort of long-term care is if I get a man that is bound to me, or she sticks around to be my caregiver late into life. Like a man not wanting his son to leave the house, like, that might be, I don't want my kid to go, I miss being a father, etc., etc. But like, for a woman, it's a fucking existential threat to her survival.
Yeah, I agree with all that. And what's it called? Brendan Trueblood, he's getting ridiculous with the shilling again. I don't know. He's talking about his Trailer Park Fantasy. I'm like, what? No, this is literally real life. You know this, Brandon. Shit. You've seen sisters fuck each other over. It's so weird.
We've got mother-daughter only fans, okay? Like,
which is
come on,
weird. Like, gentlemen, you need to understand how far women will go. Okay, I'm not saying that men won't do the same thing, but men, we for the most part, we don't go behind each other's back. We go face to face, and there is consequences, like actual, like, potential deadly consequences if we did something even close to what these females are doing these days. So I'm just saying, when it comes to the social circle, because the social status is very important to women. Women are vicious when it comes to being number one, that number one bitch, that Beyonce. You guys need to understand. You guys need to understand that.
Like think about this. Imagine if, like, you're a man, that point in your life where your 18-year-old son is bringing in more money than you.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of men very insecure.
Like if you've been working hard as a man your life, building up your career, and then your 18-year-old son fucking hits some bloody miracle job and is pulling in twice what you're making, that'd get under your fucking skin.
Agreed. And I have seen fathers go through that, but it is not as serious, in my opinion.
Well, no, because a father can still, like, have the sense of pride and want to encourage the kid. But at the very least, that's the closest a man can really get, because a father is not going to be insecure by his son pulling in a hot piece of ass.
Right. Like, come on. Like, when it comes to, let's say your son, right? Your son is making that big bucks. Your son is taller than you. Your son is stronger than you. Your son is pulling girls and all that stuff. For the most part, it's banter. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you hot shit now, huh? Yeah, just, hey, remember, I can still kick your ass, okay?
Yeah, remember, I can still whip your ass, and I still got the photos from that time when you decided to run around the house naked in freaking finger paint. So,
Right, like that shit happened to me. You know, I got bigger and stronger than my dad. Yeah, he didn't go like, oh, yeah, oh, you think you're more man than me? You think you're the man of the house? Blah blah blah. No, he's like, oh, okay, I see you getting them chest muscles. You're poking out that chest, huh? And he like fucking no, he'll lightly hit me in the arm or something like that. Like, hey, I got the old man strength. Like, like it's nothing that serious compared to the shit that women will go after.
yeah, and as chat's pointing out, like in many cases, a father would be proud of his son. I'm sure that there's been exceptional cases which they're not, and there has been jealousy and envy, but that's the closest analog that I could get to that.
Right.
But like a woman is not going to be proud of her daughter for snagging a hotter man. Now she might if the husband is still in the picture.
Agreed.
But a single mother,
A single mother, a person that decided to be a single mother. That makes it even worse. She chose to be a single mother, and she was struggling for most of the time. And then all of a sudden, let's say she's done with college, right? Her daughter, and she's 21, and the high school sweetheart, he's on his way to some crazy fucking Ivy League school, going to medical school to become a surgeon type shit. The mom would be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
but then that's the extra layer of security, because again, if the man has good prospects, the daughter might try to nail him down and move in with him. And again, like mommy ain't necessarily going with the daughter to live in the new house.
No, unless the daughter nags the man to death, it's not going to happen. Or they have a horrible relationship, the mother and the daughter. It's not going to happen. Right. And then bam, she's all alone, the single mother. While her daughter's living the best life with her soon-to-be surgeon husband. she's all alone in that rundown house and shit.
Like, hey mom, we're in freaking Rio for Christmas. How's it going up with all the snow?
Let me cash app you $100. Merry Christmas. While she's sitting all alone, drinking her second champagne bottle within the hour, just hanging out with her cats. This is why I say it's very important for women to find her mate young. It's very important.
It gets them the best one. Like, that's the thing. Like a woman finding a man young and marrying young, like, despite what all the fucking feminists and women in their 30s and late 20s will tell you, it really does give them the best future.
Yeah, and we're not saying it's 100% foolproof. Yes, not all marriages will last, but you will have your best shot if you marry young.
That's the thing. Like if a woman, like, you can't ever know, like, well, what if she'd waited a couple years? But that's the thing. If a woman like has fucking terrible choice in men for who she spreads her legs to at 18, is she necessarily going to be better off if she decides to hold off for 7 years or whatever and marries in her mid-20s?
Nah.
Like maybe she just should have picked a different man at 18. That's the thing. She has the most choice at 18.
Agreed.
Like if you were at your hottest and most youthful as a woman, they have the most options, the biggest number of choices. Them making a shitty choice at 18 is probably because they followed some bad advice from another woman.
Yes. And and like I said, gentlemen, and Undercrime mentioned this a couple streams ago, the only reason why they aren't fully held accountable is because there's so many things that bypass the consequences that they would have experienced, right? They got abortion, they got birth control, there's condoms, there's social security or any type of welfare, SIPs.
Any number of charities will jump at the chance to give a woman money.
Right. So they're way more careless. They're way more complacent because they believe that they'll be able to just easily start over. Like, looks like I'm preggers again. Let me go ahead and take a trip down to the abortion clinic for the 10th time. All right, okay, back to square one, until eventually their uterus aren't even working anymore because they got too many abortions. Like shit. But
yeah, it's like, why can't I have a baby, doctor? Because in my professional medical opinion, your uterus is haunted.
Pretty much, gentlemen. And see, and here's the funny part. I wasn't able to join Chronic Stream. I wanted to, but why is it all good for women to say, "Oh yeah, we need to have all these contraceptives, we need all this and that"? What do you say? Reproductive freedom? Why are they just going nuts when men has a chance to have reproductive freedom for the first time, actually? Like the pill, right? That could be a male birth control. I won't take it because I probably get cancer. But also with the artificial womb and stuff.
Let's be honest, why do they even call it reproductive freedom? Like, when the hell has a man ever tied a woman down with a baby?
I'm thinking. No,
Kind of hard to put it together. But I guess the thing, women weren't even restrained by babies until, like, they didn't even think of babies as something that held them down until they were told they were.
Agreed.
Like, it's not you don't knock up a woman and then your father takes a shotgun to her and says, "You better marry my boy right now."
How the turntables. I'm sorry,
that ain't how that shit works.
Oh shit. Yeah. When you put it that way, yeah, I agree. I've not ever. If they're okay, the only way that they're tied down with the baby is when they're unable to get any type of these, abortion clinics or can't adopt a kid or blah, blah, blah. And she's stuck at home. But here's the funny part. She doesn't even have to go through the proper adoption. She can just drop the baby off at, a firefighter's place or church or something like that. Bam, not her responsibility anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. It used to be like mom and the daughter would go out for an extended trip to the country for a while. Baby'd get dropped off at some random orphanage in the middle of ass fuck nowhere, and then they'd come back. Like, a woman who didn't want a kid, the most that they are being tied down is that they can't bang Chad and Tyrone while very heavily pregnant. Like, Chad and Tyrone will look at a pregnant woman and go, "No."
now it's getting kind of weird. But
I ain't into that shit.
It's too funny. It's too funny. Like, that's the only two ways I can see it. She is unable to get the sources to, get rid of the baby, such as the proper channels. But even then, right? Even if she's stuck at home with mommy and daddy because the father's gone or whatever, she can still drop off the baby anywhere, almost anywhere, and she will not be held accountable. The baby, okay, she didn't want it anymore. To the foster care you go.
I mean, heck, in China, you can literally drop a baby in the middle of the street, and apparently your ass won't get tracked down.
Yeah, But God forbid a man does it. Oh, it'll be very bad. It'll be very bad. Not once I've ever heard a man do that before. Not once. Not once. I'm sure it happened, but it's very, very minuscule.
Honestly, like for every single generalized case we make, there's probably been something that defied the odds at some point in the past.
But what are we trying to say is, chat, is the sweet nothings is it's amplified in 2022. Like the sweet nothings has always worked. Don't get me wrong, it always worked. Like, would you agree, Gray? You know, that just, if you're going through the proper, right, trying to woo her or something like that, yeah, gassing up her ego, whatever, just hoping you can get some, it works. It works. But now,
that's the thing. It's more so, it's positive attention is the currency, but like right now with social media, there's the attention inflation. Like it used to be that just giving her a basic compliment about her appearance, like that would be enough. Like nowadays, you gotta get fucking elaborate and extravagant because she receives more compliments in a day than women 100 years ago would receive in their entire life.
Shit, women receive more compliments in 5 minutes than the average man will receive in their entire life. Oh,
This
it's
is true.
crazy. But with that being said, I agree that you have to stand out, like call her fat.
Well, that's the thing. Is like before you can give her some of the money, you have to take, like before you give her the currency of positive attention, you have to take away from it with negative attention to get her attention. Like if you had money being rained on you like all day, every day, you wouldn't necessarily notice when a little bit extra comes down. But damn right you'd notice when someone took some out of your pocket.
I agree. I agree. We're conflating economics with with relationships. That's funny.
Well, that's the thing. But like I think it's a good analogy because for
It is.
women, social approval is their currency. It's as valuable as money is to a man.
Agree. Attention is a woman's currency. I agree with that because
Yeah.
once it's all gone,
That's the
let's just
thing. Like she can't get more. As like a woman can't get actual currency at the rate a man can, but she can get more currency than a man through attention.
agreed. And as
Right.
soon as it's disappearing more and more, the attention starts to slow down. I agree. That's when women start. That's why you see a lot of women in their late 20s and above making all these videos about us, talking about men and shit or whatever.
Honestly, I think it's kind of like, it's kind of like how Facebook is in decline when you see Facebook ads like for Facebook, because like Facebook did not need advertising before. No one needed to be told what Facebook was or why you should get on it. The only reason that Facebook needs to advertise itself is because it's dying. And it's the same with women. Like a beautiful woman does not need to advertise that she is beautiful.
That's a perfect example. Actually, that's a perfect example. She doesn't have to. All the men just know, like, oh shit, damn. You know what I'm saying? But now, when she, the wall is approaching, and her beauty's starting to fade. Now she has to announce herself on social media, like, oh, look at me, look at my booty cheeks. Yeah, you want to clap these cheeks, don't you? Yeah, look at these tatas. Yeah, give me money, Sims. And then more and more attention starts to disappear. Now she's starting to get desperate, / angry, like, goddamn men, oh, you don't know what a real woman is. You can't tame me. You can't handle me. It just
And then basically, she starts calling any like all men who want a woman younger than her creeps.
even though she was benefiting from the same fucking thing.
Yeah, no, like
crazy.
literally, both Hirohei and Rev Says Des did a video on exactly that. I gotta send those to Chronic because it's like, Chronic, your plight has entered the mainstream.
Like, and I can't have sympathy. I can't because, like I said before, you had a decade, 2 decades. Fuck it. I say a decade.
No, let's say a full decade. 8, because like they really start to lose it around 28. So they had 18 to 28 of peak freedom and power.
Yeah. 10 years, all these options, all these opportunities to sell down. And I'm sure she had family members or men in their lives saying, hey, we should take it another notch. You know what I'm saying? If you won't. But no, she thought that she can be beautiful forever and benefit from the male attention. She thought she can just go nuts until she dies. But that's the problem of all women, especially in today's society, right? Social media.
Yeah. What was funny? So check out IY Fans thing right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Tucker,
Yeah, Tucker just did a segment with the Missouri senator about men need to stop watching porn and just go out and date a woman. They didn't once talk about why men aren't dating. I think it'd be quite simple. Just get 2 average men, get their Tinder accounts open, hand the phones over to some guys and say, hand the phones over to these guys live on air and go, set up a date right now.
They'll be sitting there all night.
Yeah, like we aren't stopping this segment until you get a date with these average men's profiles.
Sir,
Go on, get those matches, start that conversation. Come on, guys. You know so much about dating. Let's see the masters at work here.
Well, I got a kid waiting at home.
Yeah, you fucking do. So you better set that date up fast.
Oh shit, it's too funny. And I gotta talk about this as well. This is a new topic. Isn't it hilarious? And both Hammerhand and Under Chronic address this. The amount of men now, it's not just women anymore, it's men. They're going after men for choosing not to date, for choosing to be single. Have you chat? That's how you know shit's getting real. When we got more and more men saying that you need to man up and realize that these single mothers aren't that bad. You're just picky. You need to go and get a wife because having a wife is the ultimate climax of your life. What in the fuck is going on?
Bitch, I ain't dating your used up whore of a daughter.
Well, you just ain't man enough. I'm like, really? Other men are saying this, chat. I know you've seen it, but there was more and more men online going after other men, mainly PUAs. But now it's not even PUAs anymore. We got boomers and shit coming after men, say, "Oh, well, it ain't that hard to go out there, take her on a date, buy her a ring, and pop out a couple babies, okay? Back in my day, that's what I did." See, that's your fucking problem. It's 60 years later.
You're living in the past, motherfucker. You ain't had to go on a fucking date in ages, and your standards are so low that you'll accept a single mother with no prospects of giving you children.
Oh man, like I didn't expect the attorney guy to go that. I never expected that because I watched his few videos before, But then I put two and two together. I'm like, oh wait, he's a fucking attorney. I should have seen this coming.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. And a divorce attorney that
Yeah.
works for women. So I was like, yeah, I wonder if he has any financial incentive to encourage men and women to get together. I wonder if he could possibly be profiting off of this arrangement.
Yeah, I put that in Hammer Hands comics because I'm like, bro, a lawyer that said that he only works with women, telling men to man the fuck up and get married. I'm like, wait a minute.
I need some more stock options. The economy's hitting me pretty hard. I need more clients.
Like, come on.
They're
Man,
only
come
lined
on.
up halfway around the block instead of the whole block. I'm feeling the financial insecurity.
Chat. Come on, man. Come on. I know I'm an attorney, but my pockets are hurting too. We all heard it from this inflation. Please, just get married. Think about
Please,
my
won't you
family.
please help this poor attorney afford his third Bugatti? My Louis Vuitton, I am wearing Louis Vuitton shoes that are 2 weeks old. How low do you want me to go?
Like, I wish I was in the same room as the attorney. Like, I'd be in the background just saying cap, like anything that he said, because only the most gullible of gullible men will fall for that shit. And he didn't even try to hide it. The attorney, he didn't even try to hide his intentions. He literally spelled it out of what he's going to do to you, and he wants you to do it. It's like it's like telling. How do I explain it? How do I explain it?
He's basically the booty warrior, except he can't overpower you.
Like, come on, man. Just come to the cell by yourself. Come on, just turn around. Just get your hands up in the sky.
Just go to that liquor store. You don't even need an actual firearm. Just make the little finger gun in your pocket. You knock it up. The cops come. They put you in cuffs. You say you want cell block J, and they shove you in there, and then we have a real private meeting. It's like, what if I say no? Then you's a bitch.
You a pussy. You call yourself a G? Like no, I'm not no gangster. What are you talking about?
Yeah, straight you ain't no gangster. Real gangsters would do it. Real gangsters would come to cell block J.
Why are you holding lube in your hand? Don't. It's part.
You know damn right why I got lube in my hand, and you want it. Now go roll up that liquor store right now and come to cell block J, and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to use it.
Like, no, I don't want to do it. No. Sons of Patriarchy said, imagine if a divorce attorney solely represented men, they crucify him. Yep. Immediately. Go.
Well, I think a male divorce attorney. If you're a female divorce attorney, then you can get away with it.
True, because, simps galore. You know what I'm saying?
I say, like, honestly, divorce court is probably the one place where you might actually want a female attorney.
That is true. Especially, if she's on the attractive side, right? Because pretty privilege. You guys already know.
That's the thing. I'd honestly say, like, that might be the only time you'd want a female judge and a female attorney. Like, that would actually be a good toss. Like if divorce, like, which did you have? Because, yes, the female attorney might be a fucking feminist bitch that's going to rake you over the coals because she's vindictive. But is that necessarily any worse than a simp judge?
What if it's a female attorney that's representing you and a male judge?
That's the thing. I think that might even it out a bit, because but that's the thing. Like, I think that your worse odds is if you have a male judge and a male attorney, because you kind of fucked. I think at the very least you need a female attorney, and then the judge might have his sympathy at least torn between the two.
Are we going to meet at recess? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out for a little bit of lunch. Maybe. All right.
I mean, if you're paying your attorney well enough, like it's like, look, I will get like, look, I'm on the hook for a shit ton of money here. If you gotta blow the judge in the back, you blow the judge in the back. Like, you do whatever you gotta do, and I will make sure you are well fucking compensated.
Oh shit. But it's pretty fucking pathetic of how many it's growing. Like the amount, at least on social media, it's growing like a motherfucker of men that has some type of idea of what other men are going through are shaming and pressuring men into going to the slaughterhouse.
I think a lot of it is the crabs in a bucket thing. Like, they fucked up, and they'd much rather see other men fuck up with them rather than have other men living good lives and being like, yeah, guys, you could have this freedom. You could be able to go home every day and not have someone bitching at you. All you had to do was say no to your dick.
That's it. That's it. It's just like, I'm pretty sure it's because there's a lot of men as well are losing money through certain businesses, through such as POA or jewelry or wedding fucking stores. It's
Actually,
something along those lines.
No, that's a good point too, because women are the primary shoppers, but they need a man's money to do it.
Agreed. And
They could have, geez, like imagine, like if a man has stock options in, say, like some sort of, like Sears, I guess, would be an example. Like if a man has stock options in Sears, he kind of needs a lot of housewives to maintain his stock portfolio.
that is true. So when it comes to that situation, gentlemen, all these problems, we can say it started with simps, but also I would say men also fall for the beautiful lies as well. I will say that a lot of men out there of what women tell men.
Well, that's the thing. Like men, I'd say that men, they're not falling for the lies necessarily that a woman tells them, but the lies that the men tell themselves. They will project their own desirable qualities onto the woman. Like,
True.
like a man, like for a man to be with a woman who's smart, like 9 times out of 10, I'm sure that he is projecting his own intelligence onto her, and she's just able to play along well enough that there's no obvious discrepancies, or the kindness of her. Like, a man sees what he wants to in the woman and fools himself to justify all the hormones telling him to protect and provide for her.
Pretty much, men love idealistically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fluctuation. Sears might be bankrupt. They probably are. I just had to pull some sort of place that sells primarily like kitchenware and shit out of my ass, and Sears was the first one that came to mind.
Well, I do believe, and I agree that men they lie to themselves off. Like not only lie to themselves in 2022. Men just didn't know. So women bank on that as well, of men not knowing their true nature, which is why they're trying to get rid of us.
Oh, not knowing is one thing, but I think a lot of men are in denial because there's a, like, I look back and it's like, holy shit, there was a whole lot of stuff that pointed this out in the past. Like, TV used to be way more base than it currently is.
Especially that one with Al Bundy.
Well, no, not even that TV. I'm talking like kids' cartoons, Rugrats, for example.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when it comes to subliminal messages of like red pill and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Like Rugrats was very much subliminal messaging because the primary antagonist is a female, and her special ability is basically that she's young enough that she can talk to the babies and understand them, but she's also old enough that she can talk to the adults and understand them. And so she's always getting the babies into shit and screwing with them because, like, she has the ability to control the perceived narrative of the adults.
Yeah, she can manipulate.
But she'll also just give the babies bad advice and they'll follow it because, hey, she's the older one, and they think she knows better.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But when it comes to today, I do agree that a lot of men still, because social media information spreads fast, gentlemen. So I believe the red pill and MGTOW philosophy are pretty much mainstream. Like, you can't say that you haven't heard of it before, right? Especially how fast Andrew Tate blew up, and you see a lot of men in denial of what he has to say. But I am glad that there are young men that are like, yo, Andrew Tate's right, blah blah blah. Even though he's a grifter, he still puts out some red pill points,
I mean, honestly,
a lot of women, especially this one woman, threatened to peg him.
and like, let's be completely honest here. Like, if we like these men who are essentially simping for Andrew Tate or Jordan Peterson, at least they're not actively simping for a woman. I mean, if these guys are going to be lost to somebody, at the very least, it's somebody who tangentially benefits us.
I agree. I personally agree. I'd much rather these young men, even though they're grifters, look at those guys than to get completely obliterated by a woman that doesn't give a fuck about them. Besides,
that's the thing. Like, we'd much rather having them simping for Andrew Tate than Pearly Things.
Agreed. I 1,000,000% agree with that. Because at least they can learn something that's beneficial, not regurgitated.
And that's the thing. And like from Tate, they might find their way to us, but they are not going to find their way to us from Pearly Things. Not until they get horribly burned.
I donated you $1,000, Pearly. Why didn't you shout me out yet?
I bought you a Tesla and you said I'm one of your subs?
The tragic tale. Oh, this is a villain arc. This is the Simpsons villain arc. My college savings gone in an instant.
My crypto profits.
And what Papi Chulo says, exactly. We got to take the W's where we can get them. I agree.
Yeah, like we are not going to get perfect W's, but making progress. Like, and honestly, I just want to like thank the chat here and everyone else who's subbed to me recently, because holy shit, I might actually get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year.
Yeah, because we speak some real shit. That's why we keep it real up in this motherfucker. And to give a good analogy of today's climate, of the gender war, the information war between, actually no, culture war, in the sense of modern and traditionalism, because I can't say men and women, but at the same time, it's about how it was for thousands of years to what the fuck is happening right now for the last 100 years. It's literally like a trench war right now in 2022. It's a trench war. And a lot of us right now, a lot of us men, we are digging the trenches at the moment. We we are literally inch by inch, fuck. 5 yards is considered a victory type shit. Like, you go into no man's land. What I mean by that, I mean women believe that men can get pregnant type shit. But we
Yeah,
take
like
our
we're digging. We got to dig our trenches while being shelled.
agreed. Have that shell shock, PTSD, but we still go. Shit, a lot of us has PTSD from this goddamn system anyway. So, but
I mean, like if you went out in public right now and you genuinely heard someone scream, "All women are queens," I think everyone here would be hard pressed to not react in any way.
my blood would be boiling. Like, not gonna lie. Like, how dare you sip? But all we're saying is that we're pretty much putting up a final stand, because just a brief thing of what's happening right now. It's been found that Elon Musk, through the Twitter files, not only the FBI is involved, not only the FBI is using taxpayer money to censor the conservatives. Now it's been found out that the U.S. military has been participating in a psyops through Twitter, with Twitter's permission. So best believe Big Brother has been watching very closely for the longest time. So I'm letting you know right now, we are on our final legs, because I guarantee you, they're gonna go on the hunt for channels like ours. They will. Well, what do you say about that, Gray?
Yeah. Just a question of how, like,
Um,
because I mean, the easiest thing to do would be to just start yeeting them.
we will slowly be replaced. Which is what's happening right now.
Yeah, but to be fair, like we saw television get replaced by streaming, and then YouTube is replacing like TV streaming, like Netflix, etc.
Oh, I'm talking about red pill content.
Well, that's the thing. Like red pill content is just going to end up moving somewhere else.
Well, what I'm saying is, they will set up a situation, which is happening right now, where men will not be able to take the heat and yeet themselves away from social media, or they will shadow ban channels, which is what's happening to us right now, and fucking shoot channels to the moon like Just Pearly Things and Fem Sapien that has no idea what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to red pill, but that's what they want.
But that's the thing. I think that they might shadow ban to a certain point, but I think that they do need our channels around. Because if they eliminated all channels like ours, then they'd lose the men. They need us around so that they can try to corral and redirect men.
It depends, because if there's enough channels of not just female content creators but POAs will get shot to the moon as well. As long as they have those two type of creators, the algorithm just shoots them to the moon. Our channels will be, because the only example of red pill will be those channels, and we'll be little or gone. And yeah, once in a while they'll take away a big channel like Ribbies.
Yeah, but you keep in mind though, just raw numbers are not necessarily an indicator of their success. Let's look at it this way: Derek Jackson's event, it has a shit number of tickets, like completely sold out. But what the fuck do we care? It's mostly women.
Excuse me.
Like, sure, these people might have raw numbers, but without being able to look under the hood and see their demographics, for all we know, most of their followers, most of the people who are actually listening to them, are bots and women.
Yeah, but I'll say a bunch of sips as well.
Well, yeah, but you're not gonna save all the men. Like if all the simps end up going there, it's like fine, but simps are fucking simps, and those simps, they'll take that advice and then they'll get burned, and then what? Then they're going to go seek out channels like ours. And if we're not on YouTube, where they can try to corral the simps back towards a different PUA, feminist, red pill, etc., then they're going to move off site for their red pill content.
I see what you're saying, and I agree. I'm just saying that there will be more and more channels overtaking channels like ours, and yeah, eventually they'll find our channels on Alt Tech. But at the moment, there will be a big pushback, and not obvious. Well, sometimes obvious, but sometimes not obvious. They will say, "Hey, this is what red pill really is, and these are real men. These men will teach you how to be masculine and get girls." Ooh, and even though it's a bunch of bots, women, and simps, they will still have a big audience.
Well, and I think the best thing we can do is try to cultivate the alt tech, which I'm going to try, because I'm going to see if I can get some clips from that TFM stream, but I'm pretty sure I won't be able to upload them on YouTube like as clips in their uncensored form. So I'll be able to upload censored ones to YouTube and then be like, if you want to see this uncensored, here's the Odyssey link.
Yeah, TFM did go crazy, not gonna lie.
That's the thing, like it's buried in your stream, so it might not get yeeted for a while. But if I post clips of that shit, yeah, uncensored clips of that stream, I'm pretty sure I'm getting yeeted. So there's gonna have to be a censored version for YouTube, and then a link to the uncensored one on Odyssey.
Okay, I completely agree with that. I will say that the manosphere is no more, or soon to be no more, and it will definitely be spread out into all tech instead. But on YouTube, the manosphere will be no more very soon, because there's way too many female content creators, way too many POAs, way too many like glowies. It's going to be, it's only a matter of time. So.
Yeah, that's why I'd say, like, right now, good idea is just to back up your content as much as you can. Like, back up what you can, and just be prepared to rebuild it somewhere else.
Oh, I agree. That's why, I'm like, maybe I should do what Terrence Pop is doing, or, maybe I should follow Sandman's route. Because okay, fuck it. Because I do have MGTOW TV. I need to finish the Rumble part. Maybe locals. So.
Well, Sandman's, like, from what I've heard, Sandman's idea is more so about if you want to be monetized on YouTube. I don't think that that's realistically going to happen, and like, I have ways to make money outside of YouTube that are far more profitable.
Agreed. Like, the
YouTube
donations
is not
are
something.
nice. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need it as a job.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
No,
sure
like
does, but.
Well, that's the thing. Like, between all the subscriptions that I have for like the thumbnail AIs and whatnot, like, I am not running a profit off of this YouTube stuff. So
that is true. That is true. It will take you at least 20K plus. You'll make like okay profits.
Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't even trust that it coming from there. It'd mostly have to come from stream donations.
True.
And
I agree.
and that'd be fine. I wouldn't need that much just to be reaching zero for this. But I'm still going to be working my day job. It's just not a very secure industry on here, and the last thing you need these days is job insecurity.
What do you mean by this? Now, if you wake up and a portion of the global population vanished, then you're fucked.
Let's be honest. If that portion of the population was all female, we'd probably be better off.
Are you on some religious stuff right now?
I mean, like, if we're talking about being, let's be honest. If the rapture actually came, basically all you'd be looking at getting, like, leaving this planet would be the very young.
True. Because 99.9% of us, we sin like a motherfucker. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I like, and I'll be honest. Like, I would pray to God, like, okay, look, God, Jesus, when the rapture comes and you take the chosen people up to heaven, could you please take the fetuses too?
Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buckaroo. That's I don't got that much room up here. I already got worried about the abortion babies. Oh shit. It's
God, we could only hope that, like, if you're the kind to believe in heaven, we could only hope that the aborted babies ended up there, because you don't get much more innocent than that.
and once again, I'm fucking around. It's just a joke. I'm not trying to dunk on, Christianity and stuff. But if God is real, then we need to have a serious conversation. Like, where the fuck is my talking snake or word fuck? What the fuck? Like, why couldn't you just appear one day like, hey, look at me, guys. Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay, according to biblically, if God did actually do that, you'd die immediately.
Oh shit! Send me a sign, bro. Like, send me something.
Have you seen the freaking biblically accurate angels thing? Seriously, look up some of the biblically accurate angel CG stuff where they actually bring them into the real world with some fucking 3D integration tech. It's like, yeah, you see you see that shit IRL. It's like, wow.
Be not afraid.
I have never tripped balls this hard.
Well, now you see why they say be not afraid. I'm like, oh, okay. This makes a lot more
Be
sense.
not afraid. Okay, I'm still shitting myself right here, but at least I'm not running while I'm doing it.
Well, I'll be running the opposite direction. Fuck that. Like, imagine you running the opposite direction and you just hear it coming closer. I said, be not afraid. Like, fuck that. What the fuck? What is this thing?
And this is modern era us, when we are accustomed to the idea of weird shit and Lovecraftian stuff. Now you make, honestly, this reminds me of a theory where being a low intelligence character in a Lovecraft setting is actually incredibly powerful and kind of broken, because if you are a biologist in Lovecraft and you see a dog that's got tentacles sprouting out of its mouth and it's zombified and it's got 6 eyes, you realize that should not be, and you start to lose your shit. Whereas if you are someone who's incredibly dumb, you might just go, that dog's sick.
That dog don't look right.
That dog don't look well. He need a veterinarian.
But when it
So
comes
maybe ironically, maybe shepherds in the middle of the field were the best people to show angels to, because they're like, this is weird.
Well, okay. What if Scientologist was the right religion? Is the God there like Xanu, something like that?
If he's the right religion, that would basically mean that there's literal aliens coming to pick us up. Is I'm sorry, but that's the equivalent of lab mice making a religion about humans. As one day the blessed creators of our environment will come and take a select few of us away to paradise. Yes, paradise. We'll go with that. Yes.
Oh. Well, I listened to Lil Dicky. I don't know if you know who he is, but he made a certain point on the song Pillow Talk where he says, what if God fuck with aliens? What if Earth is just a science project? Just a one of many worlds.
Well, I've seen that plot
think
line
that'd
a
be-
couple times before. I actually saw one where Earth was an art project by God.
Damn, ain't that some shit? That'd be a weird existence. Like, why do I exist, God? Because of class. That's why.
No, not even that. It's more so, why do we exist, God? Look, I had an idea, I planned it out, I executed it, and now you are just the equivalent of a painting sitting under a drop cloth in the back corner of the shed. I've moved on.
Next portrait. Oh, here's a couple of rules you got to follow. I'll be back.
Yeah, like I'm into the freaking. I'm really in my fourth dimensional phase right now. So you three dimensionals, like you are so last billion years ago. I've moved on.
All I'm saying is I'm predicting the flying spaghetti monster is the true religion.
Well, you know, depending on how abstract you make string theory, maybe.
I made you out of pasta sauce.
We are all just cosmic pasta universe. Entangled within each other. We are one giant folded noodle.
That will be some trippy shit. Not gonna lie, that would be so trippy. And the guy that created I forgot what the religion is called, but he created the flying spaghetti monster just to prove that anybody will follow anything, pretty much. I think it was like he just proves that anybody will follow religion if you are convincing enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that after the dude was like reading like magic rocks inside a hat, I'm pretty sure we already passed the like you can get people to worship anything at that point. Like flying spaghetti monster. That's the thing. Is like, hey, some dude like read some rocks in the dark with a like inside a hat, and like told out the story. It's like, yeah, I'll believe that. It's like, I fucking tripped balls and saw a giant flying spaghetti monster that told me we are all one cosmic pasta dish.
And they have a church as well.
Oh yeah, well, just
Yeah,
like, why the hell? Why
they
the
have
hell not?
actual followers. Like it's crazy, bro. Yeah, Jedi. I've seen somebody in the military that follows Jedi. You will see on the paperwork that religion is Jedi. I was like, they can do that?
I'd say
yeah.
I'd ask like which like are we talking like
This
old
person-
like old Republic Jedi, or are we talking like Luke Skywalker's Gray Jedi?
He's the Old Republic one. This person is a Sith worshiper.
So he's Sith. I do not. Okay, I'll be honest. If someone says that they're the fucking Sith, like they worship the Sith and follow the path of the Sith, it's like, so you believe that emotional instability gives you power? Okay. Not the guy I want. Not the guy I want at my back in a firefight. Thank you. I'll take the guy who follows the fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering.
I'll play along. I'll be like, only a Sith deals in absolutes, and you know, just fucking go. I have actually dealt with a soldier that believed in Satanism. He always smelled like blood. I'm like, what you be doing in your room, bro? Why do I smell just iron on your body? Like, what you be? What's going on in your room, man? Like, what do I? Am I going to find a body? Am I going to find dead animals? What are you doing? Like,
I make my own ground beef. What's the problem with you?
that answer does not help. Oh, I'm telling you, gentlemen, there is some interesting characters in the world, especially in the military. Like, you will not believe. Hell, at one point I thought I was going to get shot in basic. that's another story. Uh, we had our own version of a private pile. Let's just say that. That was some scary shit. Why is he praying to his rifle? Why is he doing that? Yeah, that happened. True story.
No, that would be kind of the Mechanicus religion, where like before disassembling your gun, first you have to light the incense and say the chant, and then you may remove the first material, and then you must bless it, and then you remove the second component through a precise ritual and bless that. Seriously, if you ever look into the in-depth shit of the Mechanicus from 40K, like they basically made a religion out of technology because they don't understand how it works. So everything's a religious ritual.
Man, at this point, if I saw that in basic, and I'm snitching, I'm going straight to the drill sergeant. I don't care. I'm being.
Well, to be fair, it's also going to be slow as fuck. I think you'd get less. I think you'd get more of a response from the drill sergeant if you said, "Sarge, this guy took 3 hours just to disassemble the gun. He has only now begun to reassemble it." Rather than, "That dude's praying to his gun as he disassembles and reassembles it." Like,
what?
You're gonna, if you saw someone like legit performing a religious ritual, I think the sergeant would care more that they're taking their sweet ass time, like cleaning and reassembling the gun, rather than, like, doing prayers throughout the hall.
Oh
the hall
yeah. First off, you're talking to yourself. Second, how the fuck did you get incense?
Incense and sacred oils. Though, I could see someone like legit talking to themselves as they disassemble and reassemble the gun, just as like some sort of memory pattern. Like, maybe they learned some sort of rhyme or thing that just helps them remember all the ways the gun goes together.
Man, let's just say I was surprised that person was not kicked out. He failed.
Yeah, back in the days when you could fail going into the military.
Yeah, but that dude was like, oh my god, like I've seen a lot of things before I went to the military, but I've seen nothing like that. And then I remember watching Full Metal Jacket, and me and the battle buddy, we were freaking out like, yo, do we need to tell somebody, man? Like, because he was in the corner, like he wasn't with everybody else. He was in his own corner, like just whispered, like talking to himself, whispering, praying to his rifle. I'm like, yo, we're going to the range tomorrow. I'm not going to the range that this motherfucker's going. Because what if he brings back a round? Which he did.
Then he made a little shrine, and then he made a shrine to it in the corner.
I at that point, I'm going AWOL. Nope, you ain't taking me today. I'm supposed to die by the enemy, not cold blue.
Yeah, like, as look, I signed up to get shot by other countrymen, not my own.
But I know we got completely sidetracked, gentlemen. But I gotta talk about this thing as well, right quick. Actually, no, because we'll go down that rabbit hole too. It won't end anytime soon.
Yeah, we're already at that, like 2.25 hour mark, so if we dive down a rabbit hole, we'll be here for another hour and a half.
Yeah, we'll be here a lot longer if I went down that rabbit hole. So when it comes to the sweet nothings, it affects both men and women, but I say is way more damaging to the women since they lack self-reflection because they're never held accountable.
Well, that also, like, if a woman fucks up, then she's just kind of fucked. Like, it's very easy for a woman to fuck up and then damn near impossible to recover from. A man can fuck up and has the time to recover. A woman does not. So a man can afford to be deluded for a couple decades get burned and still recover. 'Cause there are men who've been divorced and managed to get through all the nasty shit and then rebuild their life afterwards. That
Yeah,
can
it's-
happen.
yeah. They can
A
still-
woman, no. Like a woman fucks up, like, and either has a hoe phase or gets some bastards. Like, no, she's fucked. Like, you can't fix that.
Yeah, she has to rely on the system, rely on leftover simps that are probably just gonna smash and dash anyway. Like no different than Chad and Tyrone. It's-
Like, that's the thing. Like she's never going to ever get to like a high point. Like a man can fuck up in his 20s and 30s and still manage to like be making six figures with a house and a car in his 50s. If a woman fucks up in her 20s, she's never going to even approach the same life that she could have had if she'd had a nice stable family in her late teens, early 20s.
And let's say if somehow, some way, she still managed to get married, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it's not the person that she actually wants.
It's not the person she wants, and her kids it's going to be that much harder to deal with the kids, and they're probably going to have more fucking medical issues, more mental issues.
Yeah.
And if she's got to have a job too, then she won't be able to raise them, and that's more likely because she got a man who was lesser, and then there's the ego thing, and she's already swallowed the feminist. It's just so fucked compared to what she could have had if she'd made better choices a decade prior. Like a woman, I think that the problem is like women don't learn from their mistakes because by the time they learn from their mistakes, it's too late to do anything about it. A man can learn from his mistakes and recover.
Yep, that's my motto. I've been saying this whole time. Actually, she will never learn until it's too late. She will never learn, and there's plenty of reasons why. And we went through it. And when it comes to a man, yeah, I agree. If a man has enough resiliency to bounce back, give it a few years, he'll still live comfortable. He'll still be able to do his job. Yeah, he may have to pay alimony and child support and stuff, but I believe he will still be able to live an okay life. He will still be able to go out and possibly get a date, possibly, become more successful. Because once again, men have no choice but to work.
And that's the thing. Like I see guys, like they're not terrible looking. They're kind of older, and I can see like some younger women who are into the older men thing going for them, but they're such fucking simps.
Agreed.
Like, God, dude, you do not have to be accepting this shitty fucking existence you have. I really don't. But you're so fucking broken.
I completely agree. And like we said before, we can't save all of them, and it sucks, right? Because, like you said, they're either too broken or they're in denial.
Or both. Like,
or both. Yeah, I completely agree with that one. Because ain't no way in hell by the time, at least right now, 2022, men between 25 and 50, they should know by now that the game has changed if they're single. I wouldn't say 50. I'll say 45. Let's go to 45. Because there's only a few men like Hammerhand, his age, that realizes what's going on.
yeah, and well, even Hammerhand had to go through like a divorce to really have it hammered home.
Agreed. And I laugh so hard because he gets hate left and right, but they never able to have a rebuttal against his statements because they know it's true. They know it's true. And a lot of men his age are usually married or divorced once, twice, 3 times, and they don't learn.
Oh god, that's the thing. Like they don't fucking learn. They're like, well, fucked up with that one. Let's go for another one. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, take a fucking break. Get the vasopressin out of your system, and fucking reflect.
Agreed. And remember, these are the very same men that comes after men like us saying, "Hey, man, I don't know why you're getting married, bro. There's plenty out there in the sea, man. Just go ahead and do it, bro. You just haven't found the right one."
I swear it's like a fucking drug addict trying to make more drug addict, but they're addicted to vasopressin.
Pretty much, he's just waving the marriage contract in your face, like, "Look at that girl over there. Look, just go over there. Just take this document, go over there, sign it. I guarantee you're gonna have the best time of your life. Just make her sign it. You sign it. Prenup, fuck a prenup. Just sign it."
And be like, dude, 3 years ago, that was your son. I ain't marrying that.
Like, are you kidding me? You live in an empty apartment on a futon. A futon. You don't even have a bed. No, I won't say futon. An air mattress. You barely can get by because you're paying your last 3 ex-wives alimony on top of child support.
Yeah, you think he can afford an air mattress? No, but he's sleeping on a used mattress he got off the sidewalk.
He's lucky he's not homeless, but now he's working a 40,000 a year job.
Now, if a man's working fucking 40 grand, then he's got some expensive fucking alimony payments.
Between 3 wives,
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, 3 wives, and you know that he would have had to. You know that would be up. Like, you'd have to have been working like fucking 3 20 grand jobs over the years.
Yeah,
and then like this 40. Yeah, you're working a 40 grand job, paying 3 alimony payments, and this is still the most money you've actually brought in your whole life.
It's insane. It is insane that this person that ruined, like, this man completely destroyed his life. There is no way for him to bounce back unless he robs a bank and gets away with it or wins the lottery. Okay, his life is over.
No, like men like that, they win the fucking. It doesn't matter if they did succeed in either of those things. They're still fucked because like they wouldn't break their habits. You could literally give them enough money to live on Easy Street the rest of their life, and they'd blow it all on some bullshit.
On a girl that works at Hooters?
Yeah, that or fucking... It would be like, this guy just blew all his money on fucking crack, so I'm going to give him enough money to live on Easy Street so long as he doesn't buy any more crack. What's going to happen? You think he's going to live on Easy Street, or you think he's going to buy a bunch of crack?
Well, of course he's going to buy more crack.
But that's the same with simps. Like, they're addicted to pussy. They're going to buy fucking cheap-ass pussy and get themselves fucked even further.
I agree. And once again, it's not even just smashing and dashing and possibly getting a kid. He will definitely get remarried all over again.
Yeah.
So I do agree what you're saying. But everything that we just explained, chat, everything we just said right now, these type of people, especially the boomers / Gen Xers, these guys that completely fucked their lives over because they got too addicted to puniti, come to you to say, "Hey, what are you talking about? Marriage is awesome. Go ahead. Go get that nice girl. You just haven't found the right one. What are you talking about? You're just not trying hard enough. You don't know how to talk to girls. You don't have no game." The audacity of these motherfuckers.
Or even like trying to convince, again, like I've told the guys at work, like, guys, I don't have fucking time to do shit. Like, I got a whole bunch of projects. I got the YouTube crap.
And I'm trying to
I got my fucking card nights. Even if I had, I got the extra money, I could entertain a bitch, but why the fuck would I want to? I don't have the time. I'm too busy on the grind. And they're like, "Oh, there's always time. There's always time for pussy. You cut out the time for everything else. The pussy's the most important shit." I'm like, what the fuck are you on?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, the inflation is getting out of control. I'm trying to get some food. Like, I don't have time right now to be signing any marriage contracts, even if I wanted to. But I don't. Man, you just afraid, aren't you? You just afraid of commitment. Yeah, let's just say that. Yeah,
You know what? Yes, I'm afraid of committing myself to the government. Thank you very much for understanding.
like, thank you for seeing my side of the thing. He'd be like,
Yes. I'm afraid of committing my life to being a government debt slave. Absolutely, you get it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, I got 3 wives. Yeah, it didn't work out, right? That's just destiny. Okay, that's just fate.
I got 3 X's and a tattoo for each and every one of them. Like, I totally make good decisions.
I have beautiful children, okay? Don't you want children? Don't you want children for your own? I'm like, bro, you only see your children once a month. Like you call that a win? You don't even see your children, bro.
And you didn't even get a DNA test when they came out, so you don't even know for sure they're your kids.
One of them is looking pretty Enrique, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of them looks like your brother. Are you sure that is yours?
It's just blows me away. Yeah, we expect this type of conversation with the feminists and the PUAs, right? Because monetary gains and they don't want to die alone. But the very simps that proved everything that we've been talking about are pressuring us to go through that same hell. This is
What's
why
the
I
thing?
say, oh, what's up?
Well, and beyond that, like Dr. Forthwall puts out, is like, look, we're not chasing after the cheap shit. Like, I mean, like, I can't say that I'm fully MGTOW because I'm holding out for, within the next, 13 to 15 years. That's my time frame to get a wife and start a family. But I ain't gonna do that by blowing my money on cheap local whores. I gotta fucking save up and get the fucking money and the shit established so that I can fuck off overseas and live out there for a couple decades to have and raise the family. I ain't gonna do that right here with the money that I'm trying to stockpile. It's called a fucking long-term goal.
Yeah, and here's okay. And here's what fucking irks society as a whole. The beautiful lies, the sweet nothing talk does not work on men that are aware of what's going on in society today. And it just fucking burns them to their very soul that we're not falling for their lies.
Actually, I'd say this is perhaps the lie that men tell themselves the most. And it actually really annoys me. It's the lie that they are more successful now because they got married.
No.
They genuinely think that it was the wife that got them to, get their shit together and pull themselves up and get throughout. It's like, no, man. You could have gone if you hadn't had to dump a good chunk of your cash into an ungrateful broad.
Agreed. You didn't do it because you were motivated, intrinsically motivated. No, you did it because it was an obligation. You did it because that's what a man does in a marriage. And if you don't, no shit. I didn't listen to the happy wife, happy life. Now my wife is leaving me with the kids. You're not doing that because of her. You're doing it because in your mind, that's what a man does in a marriage. And on top of that, the fear of losing everything if you don't do your job.
Yeah, and even the validation, even when the man doesn't have the kids because he got into a fucking sexless marriage with a barren woman. Dude, you are only doing this for the validation. This is basically the equivalent of you are being held at gunpoint, and you're saying that it's the guy. You're thanking your freaking kidnapper and torturer for giving you the motivation to succeed. I mean, if that's what men need, then I gladly take up the new position of motivational coach.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be good money. That'd be good money right there.
Yeah, it's like, look, I'm going to take 90% of your profits. I'm going to threaten you and everyone you love. And you're still, and not only are you going to be more successful, but you'll be grateful.
And it's it's something like what just some random guy said, because I posted a meme about this. Behind every great man, there's a great woman. Fucking excuse me. Yeah, because I don't know why. I don't know why they truly, once again, because you already know that, women in general, they tend to live in their own bubble, right? They need to take credit because I'm special, right? The only reason why he is successful is because I exist, type shit. They truly don't believe that there are single bachelor men out there that are also successful, even throughout history. They truly believe that there is no successful man that's been single his entire life. Like,
despite the fact that we can pull up modern examples of men who are exactly that.
Exactly. But the perfect example is Tesla.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla.
I know there's there's definitely a lot more. I can look it up, and there's way more bachelors, because guess what? Throughout history, majority of them were bachelors that had to get shit done, like Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah. Michelangelo too. I don't think he ever got a wife.
Did Alexander the Great have a wife? I don't know if he did.
He probably had concubines out the wazoo.
Right. I'm gonna have to look on that one. Yeah, the Wright. Yeah, did the Wright brothers? I don't think they got married. I don't think they got married. Yeah.
I don't think Donatello ever got married, but yeah, I think he definitely had a lot of bedroom companions, but I don't think he ever got married.
Like, what do you mean? Like, have you noticed, at least within the last 70 years, anytime there is a man that achieves great success, women, especially women in the media, automatically assume, oh, it's probably the girl in his life. Oh, it's probably because of his mother. Maybe it's because of his hard work. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's passionate for his, like, what's wrong with the man? What's wrong with the man being successful because he wants to be successful? What's wrong with that?
Well, because they can't take credit for it. Like, they can't achieve that level of success on their own, no matter how hard they work. So they need to find a way to insert themselves into the story.
Yeah, their communism is showing. God damn. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm sorry. Just have a man count to 1,000. They're like, oh, it's probably because of your woman, isn't it? Like,
fluctuation, Newton as well. Yeah, don't think Newton ever had a wife.
no, I think he went crazy at the end of his life.
Well, probably, but if he kind of like drew a shitty hand and still managed to do it. Like, pretty sure that he was like born a bastard child on Christmas to a single mother household. So
that's true as well. But the people that I will say could truly be a driving force in a man's life, at least the main driving force, is his children. That's the only true motivation I can see a man having. Because that's
what's
his
the
legacy.
thing. Like, yes, like a man's legacy, but when the children aren't there, that can be his work as well.
Agreed.
Like I hate to use a movie as an example, but Castaway with Wilson, like, men can humanize and project that kind of stuff onto anything. Like they can make anything into an object to be humanized. So, like a man who's been working on a project for an extended period of time, that will become his legacy. That will become his surrogate child, essentially.
Well, I agree because once again, I think we talked about this early in the stream, but if not, a man's legacy is mainly pointed on what has he produced in his life. What has he produced of value that he leaves behind? And it doesn't have to be children. I agree. It doesn't have to be a wife. It can be his business, his project, like that, like what Leonardo da Vinci did or Michelangelo, right? That's the immaculate art that they left behind.
Actually, current thing. If behind every man is a woman, then which woman's behind Elon Musk, eh?
Gold diggers, but
well, yeah, but there ain't no ring on that finger. There ain't no Mrs. Musk.
Nope, not at all. What's and on top of that, I agree, Grey Ghost, because even his own kids, I'm assuming because of going to college, his own kids don't like him. So he broke up with his girl. He broke up with his baby mama, and his own kids are trying to rebel and like, oh, I hate my dad, but nobody really cares about that. Right now, he is doing some crazy shit, revealing some crazy nonsense.
Yeah, like fucking hey Musk kid. You realize that maybe if you weren't such a fucking self-centered prick, you could be the next CEO of Twitter.
Literally, it's like that easy. Like, what the fuck? that easy. But right now, Elon Musk is doing some he's creating history right now. You know what happened with Snowden with the NSA chat? This is, in my opinion, just as bad or even more ridiculous. And he's not even done releasing Twitter files.
Yeah, and again, like that's the most brilliant part of this is like Snowden dumped all that shit at once and then had to fuck off. Like Elon is able to do a slow drip so it maintains in the public consciousness and the news cycle. If he dumped all this information in one day, that shit would already be buried. Yeah,
I guarantee you right now, what's happening right now with Twitter, this is historic. This is we are living in, besides World War III. Yeah, I agree. We are living in historic times. I know. Oh, every minute is historic. I'm talking about a major event. Okay, now you breathing. I'm talking about a major event such as Twitter is exposing a lot of people and possibly has one of the biggest targets. He has a huge target on his back right now. I guarantee you. Huge target.
Oh yeah, like I'd be like if he doesn't have like a whole bunch of shit like tied to that. Like, look, in the event that I die, a whole bunch of information gets simultaneously released all over the world. Because that's the thing, Twitter is international. He's just releasing the shit that the US was doing. Imagine all the fucking blackmail material he must have on a crap ton of people by going through Twitter's archives.
He will be like what HMK says. He will be the biggest troll in history. He paid $44 billion to show the government. That's an Elon Musk thing to do. I know he's laughing in his office, like, but he's in a lot of danger. I'm sure you guys can agree. Elon Musk right now, he just exposed.
Yeah,
he exposed.
But that's the thing. Like, they haven't whacked him over this, and I'm sure if they really, really, really wanted to, they could. So I'm willing to bet that they're permitting him to do this because if they try to stop him, then the really bad shit comes out.
Agreed. Because once again, gentlemen, he exposed the United States military. Do you know how fucked that is right now? That's not good. That's not good. I guarantee you, he just pissed off a lot of powerful people, exposing military operations on its own people, which is completely illegal and unconstitutional.
Now, of course, we know that like there's going to be no actual consequences, but at the very least, waking up just a couple more of the normies to be like, this shit's fucking real, people,
Birth.
and you ain't gonna do crap about it. But at the very least, you're gonna question next time the government says that fucking the sky is puce.
Yeah, but Birth, I will say he's definitely in danger because he definitely would not have stepped up his security like crazy, and he would not put out a tweet saying, "I will never kill myself. If I ever end up dead, just know that I will never end my life, end my own life." So he must know something that he's being watched.
I say, when you get to that point, you're never in zero danger.
Because
It's the sword of Damocles. When you are that powerful, there are always people looking to tear you off your throne and take your head.
agreed, but if it gets to the point that he pisses off even other powerful people, it's like I know right now those powerful people are like, Elon, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
But again, he's only exposing the U.S. Like, I'm just thinking that man probably has dirt on politicians from all over the world.
I agree, and his child. I think what happened recently, Elon Musk got doxxed to the point where his car got attacked and his child was in the car. Like, gentlemen, he's playing a dangerous game, but he also believes that this is necessary. And I'm sure, in my opinion, he knows that his life is on the line. I'm sure he knows this.
That's the thing. Like, he's got to be proactive with this because in his situation, he can't really afford to be reactive to what people are doing to him. He's got to be the one taking the initiative.
Agreed. Like, don't get me wrong. He's literally not only one of the most richest in the world, he's the most powerful as well when it comes to influence.
And with Birth, there could very well be people like even higher up that he's like, okay, look, I may be fucking with some people, but I'm not crazy enough to fuck with the real people. Because for all the people that he's willing to fuck with, he was not willing to permit Kanye to post that realism symbol. So he still has people that he will not piss off.
It's either Elon Musk is going rogue right now, or he's part of a group.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've theorized that a bunch of the people at the very top, like, they're not completely unified in purpose, and there's bound to be. Like, you don't get to be a fucking rich and powerful person in the world by bowing your head and saying yes and being polite. Like, no, I'm sure that amongst the very highest of the high elites, there is a constant power struggle going on, and we're probably just watching one more facet of that.
It's like how you say a frenemy competition, pretty much. Like, they work for and against each other at the same time, pretty much.
Yeah, probably something like a Disney, Wall Street. Actually, no. Did you ever see that skit from The Whitest Kids You Know, where it's where the CEOs are like going at each other with sniper rifles and grenade launchers and shit, and then
Yes.
they talk about how they're gonna see each other on the golf course.
Yeah.
Guys, like, you're not stopping this merger from going through. I'll see you. I'll see you on the links on Sunday. All right, bye.
Yeah. See, let me because now we're thinking pretty deep right now. All this is doing is exposing the leftists, but also fueling the division. All part of the plan. You could be correct. You could be correct.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the fall of like the exposure of this. Like if we do think about it, like if this is intentional and it is still part of the goal for the destruction of the U.S., it could be an accelerationist thing to, like, you know, get the right to finally, you know, get their shit together and start kicking off the Civil War.
Where'd he go? Maybe he's part of an elite that's anti the current global cabal.
I
could be
wouldn't.
true as well.
That's the thing. I wouldn't say that he's against the global cabal, but it might, because he's not really going after global powers right now. He's really just exposing the crimes of the U.S. government.
HMK is on that Assassin's Creed shit, like the Assassins versus Templars.
If Elon Musk is part of a larger faction, then his actions would currently indicate that he's trying to make people lose faith in the U.S. government. So basically, the fucking trad cucks who think that the U.S. can vote their way out of shit. He's basically trying to crush their fucking denials. Like, no, you are fucked. You know you are fucked. Admit you are fucked. I will beat how fucked you are into your head right fucking now by exposing fucking everything. You fucking denialist piece of shit. Because, like, let's be honest, there's tons of people who are like, oh yeah, we can vote everything out. I trust the system. There's integrity. The U.S. government isn't lying to us. They're following the rules. Yeah, those people are getting a rude goddamn awakening.
Yeah, and like what IY fan just said, there's only one group, which I'm not going to mention, that aren't allowed to be criticized as somebody as influential and rich like Kanye got severely punished for going on that crusade. So, like, that's why I agree with Gray saying that, yeah, there could be people even higher than Elon Musk.
Now, like, Berth, I'm not saying that he's trying to start the revolution, but he's eroding some of that hope that the system can be fixed. Like, again, it's not going to be revolution where shit changes and there's a major power struggle and overthrow. He's more accelerating the collapse. Yeah, which is beneficial to us personally, because the longer that the system keeps going, the worse it is for us.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Elon's a saint, all right? That Neuralink shit is still beyond sus. That's Mark of the Beast sus type shit. Okay? Like, he literally wants to enter your mind. I know there will be plenty of people that will agree to this program.
Okay, well, let's be honest. How much of that is him just putting out the idea for tech so that a whole bunch of wealthy people will just throw a bunch of money at him so that he can fuck around with computer chips for a while?
For now,
like if Tesla's proven anything, it's that you can make a shit ton of money by making a product that does not work.
Well, they did test it on the monkey, and it kind of worked.
Okay, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, look at the Tesla truck. Is it technically a vehicle? Yes. Is it going to function as a truck and as a replacement for a truck? No. Can a Tesla drive you from A to B under ideal laboratory conditions? Sure. Does it hold up when you compare it to an existing vehicle? And is it actually really beneficial to the environment as advertised? Hell no.
Well, at this point, not yet.
We would need a battery revolution to make a Tesla viable. The Tesla, as it stands with current technology, is a net loss for all the environmental bullshit, and it's just a shitty vehicle on top of that.
Well, I'm not just talking about the Tesla truck. I'm mainly talking about the Neuralink.
Okay, well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like Neuralink, until I actually see a human being mind controlled by that, like, and to an effective degree, so far as I'm concerned, it's just a really advanced shock collar.
What I'm saying is, it's only a matter of time because I can tell that Elon Musk is pretty adamant on this Neuralink shit. So
Yeah, but
it won't work tomorrow, but eventually.
okay, yeah, but maybe it will. But do you have any idea how complex the human brain is? Like, you can't just fucking randomly fire off electrical impulses into it and get it to do what you want. Like, and not to mention, every single human brain is unique in how it is constructed.
I'm not saying
Like,
the brain is simple.
at best you'd be able to induce seizures on command, but you are not going to be able to have any of the subtle influence. But of course, the investors don't know that. So Elon Musk is looking at fucking billions of dollars that are going to be pumped his way for him to fuck around with technology that realistically is not going to perform as advertised.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to work exactly as advertised. I'm not saying it's going to work at all, but never say never, right? Because shit, people said that we weren't going to, it's impossible to fly, back in the day. Now we got fucking, supersonic fucking whatever the fuck it's called.
Okay, yeah, but keep in mind, the people who are saying that it's impossible for us to fly is like, okay, look, bitch, you see that bird? It's flying. We just need to scale it up.
Give me 1 second. Undead Chronic, what's up with the trolling in the chat, bro? What's up with the trolling in the chat?
Although he's not wrong.
How can you
If
do
I went out
something-
in public and screamed out no hymen, no diamond, I would induce a couple seizures in the locals.
But at the end of the day, this is nothing but speculation. Okay. I'm not guaranteeing anything. This is just early shit. And of course, he's trying to get money from investors because he can't even hope to finish without money. But I will say we may get some version of that in the future. It probably won't be complete mind control, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Like,
Okay. That's the thing. Like, it really depends what are your expectations for it. Like, I think that if you wanted to control a vast portion of the population, you just put a bloody explosive inside their heads and be like, yeah, I can induce death on command, so do what the fuck I want you to.
I will say connect the internet, like something
Okay.
along those lines.
Okay,
Like-
connect the internet.
Well, what I'm saying is to have even more like influence per se. Just how to explain it? It's difficult for me to explain, but pretty much if the masses are even more interlinked with the internet in general, I don't know. It's something
Yeah, no, like I'm sorry, but like connecting a brain to the internet is just, oh my god, like the complexity and the nuance. Like I've seen
not
the closest
somewhere on the body.
yeah, like the closest I've seen is a headset that reads your brainwaves to translate that into movement so that you can try to control a video game like up, down, left, right with your thoughts. Like, but even that needs to learn the unique patterns of your own brain.
Well, once again, like who knows what's going to happen in the future? If nukes doesn't start flying, who knows what's going to happen in the future? Okay, this may never work, or for somehow fucking reason they got some new chip. I don't know. But it would definitely be a very good, you know, see where it goes. And I'm never going to use it ever, and they're going to have to kill me and reanimate my body for that to even happen. But I, at the end of the day, I guarantee you there will be countless people that will at least give it a go in the future.
Oh god, absolutely. Like, look at all the people who fucking signed up for Teslas and all sorts of experimental shit. Like, there will always be a large portion of the human population more than willing to become guinea pigs for whatever bullshit is popped out and promoted through social media.
Yeah, which I believe I believe at that point, if somehow hypothetically Neuralink works, that's when the Matrix truly begins. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's when, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, the main problem is that to make the Matrix in the traditional sense, like, one thing that they kind of glazed over with the movie, they still need to, like, feed people. And no, like, I'm sorry, you can't just process old human bodies and feed them to other human bodies unless you're going to accept that. Yeah, you can't process an old human body and feed it to a new human and just accept that, oh yeah, like, it's not like any energy is lost upon conversion. They still needed to be, like, growing plants somewhere to make the organic matter.
Well, yeah, they're already creating pods, but not for the Matrix sense, at least not yet.
So, and then, like, if point is that they need human labor. Like, there'd always need to be humans. Like,
I'm not saying it's going to be like immediately exactly like the Matrix. I say it's going to be the start of it. It won't be the exact version, but it'll be somewhere. It'll be similar. Like, to the point where humans, and if it works right, hypothetically, humans won't be able to know the difference between, you know, what reality is at that point. I don't know how to explain it. It's something that we need to break it down tomorrow, because we definitely need to do a little bit more research on this thing. But I'm definitely down to talk about the Elon Musk situation on Yeetus News if you're not busy.
might have to be a bit of a later stream, so like 9:30.
Oh, I'm definitely down for that. Gentlemen, I will keep going, but it's been 3 hours, and I'm telling you, we'll be here for the next 2.
We will. By God, we would. And like, fucking Christmas ain't here yet, so I still gotta work. But I will be. But I got the week after off, so I'm gonna be shoving out a bunch of content in that time.
Yeah, you'll be hearing typical Discord talk for the next 2 hours. But any closing thoughts? And before we get the closing thoughts, last show of the night. Want to support your boy? Link is on top of the chat. Cash Labs /Sir Yeetus. Any donations appreciated if you want to donate. Thank you very much. Any closing thoughts with the topics that we talked about today? Any topic?
Yeah. So that's the thing. A lot of the reason for The Beautiful Lie is to protect the ego. With women, The Beautiful Lie is all the more essential to keep them from Minecrafting themselves, because when they fuck up, it's a one-way street. After a woman fucks up, her life is not going to ever reach that same height again. Men, on the other hand, much of their beautiful lie is because they don't want to change their current situation, because change is scary and difficult, and they'd much rather deny their current bad situation than escape it and potentially rebuild them, even though, unlike women, they do have the opportunity to build themselves back.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is, gentlemen. At this point, should I feel bad? No, not really. You know, Would I say this is should I blame the female nature for this current situation? Right? Of them rather choosing to listen, they choose to listen to a cheater that cheated on his wife on multiple occasions. They'd rather listen to that guy, Derek Jackson, than to listen to a man that just said, "Hey, you're not as special as you think you are. You're not because of A, B, and C." And and Kevin Samuels gave them the bitter truth. Until this day, women are celebrating Kevin Samuels' death, and he's been dead for like 7 months. But this multiple cheater that a lot of women will say, "Oh, he's a perv, he's a dog, he's a piece of trash. I hope he loses everything." Just because he looks like Pookie and Ray Ray Tyrone, he has that physique. It's different. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's no uproar. There's no cancel this guy. He sold out an entire dating seminar within 3 hours. Even after divorcing his wife because of his own infidelity. Why would I at this point feel bad for these women? Why? Should I blame social media? The female nature? The simps? All the above? Because once again, at this point, we're definitely losing a lot of sympathy for a lot of women. Like I've lost all of it. I got no sympathy at this point. But they act all dumb and stupid on why men are just choosing to not date anymore. Why they're just walking away. Cause look at this shit. You're a walking contradiction. You're confusing. Your existence is confusing. There is no winning move. Just by existing, there's a good chance that this man, his life can be ruined. Just because he doesn't look like Chad and Tyrone. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the biggest shit of all is when we have more and more men, most of them are boomers and Gen Xers, right now, are shaming men, are gaslighting men, are peer pressuring men on why won't you just man up and get married, bro? Don't worry about the 50% divorce rate and 80% of the divorces are initiated by women. And there's literally no way that you can win in divorce and family courts. And you will have to be paying child support and alimony, be a wage slave to the system for decades. Don't worry about that. Just man the fuck up and put a ring on this 304, okay? Contrary to belief, she can be a housewife, okay? 304s can't be a housewife. Fucking boomers. So some of the Gen Xers as well. Yeah, y'all are fucking ridiculous sometimes. Especially the ones that got divorced 3-4 times. Like, why? But like what Grego said, crabs in the bucket. Misery loves company. But you know, men that are aware of what's happening in society, they're not going to fall for your tricks. And that is what is fucking burning you up inside. Not just you old head simps, but simps in general, you feminists, you PUAs. That's why you don't like us. You know things are going down, and you want us to come in and save the day. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Ain't that right, Gray?
Yeah. Men right now are like, you know what? You deal with your own bullshit. It is not my problem. I got about as much sympathy for your future as you did for mine.
Exactly. Enjoy the system that you pretty much created, and the system is collapsing. And I'm just going to be chilling, drinking a cold beer. Just enjoying it. Just chilling, because it's not my problem. Why would it be my problem? Why?
Here's the thing, because and us making it our problem and taking responsibility for it all that does is ease the burden on you. Doesn't make it easier for us.
Agreed.
Like, why should I work harder to make your life easier when you made your life easier by making my life harder?
And why should I give a damn about a system that doesn't give a damn about me? Think on that, gentlemen. Think on that. All right, you good to go, Gray?
I'm good. Peace out, everyone.
All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you for anybody that donated. I didn't check yet. And also, I hope that you guys enjoyed the gems that we dropped on you. Hopefully, I'll be able to bring in another special guest this week. I will let you know. But until then, we are out. Peace.